call me James, I reduce them to stutters. All of you lying abusers get hunted. I come with truth and the proof you discover, and I'll give it to you, then you get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to running like boom. Where you going, bro? Let's go. God bless, God bless, God bless. Yes, yes, yes. My main account came back. My main account, after me appealing, they said, yeah, no, you can't do the cover again. So take your account back. It's okay. Take your account back. You can't be doing this again. Again. They're like, nah, man, we've had you around this cover way too many times. You've seen this cover more times than anybody else circulating this cover with your accounts. So I thank you, TikTok. Thank you, TikTok, for giving me back my account. I didn't even get a notice about the account coming back. I did appeal, and normally they come back and say that your appeal, is accepted or rejected. This time I had no idea, so I actually went on now with this account, and I was like, hang on a sec, that's the wrong account. But man, we're good. Is there a mic problem? Can you guys hear me? Is the mic okay? Am I echoing? Let me see, who says something? Holy, is the mic echoing, or is there something wrong? I do have a little mic. I can show you guys what I got. So let me show you guys what I bought. It's just this wee thing that people have been recommending. Let me show it to you. This is what I've got. It's just a thing you clip on to your t-shirt. I see everyone else is doing that, so I figured let me try it. So I tried it. So I'm hoping it's clear. So that's cool. It's just me trying. I promise you guys, I'm actually trying to upgrade and do small, baby steps to get it tuned up and better sound and stuff. So perfect. So already we've got our first guest coming up. This is called Super. Oh my gosh. I'll bring you up, but I'll just call you Super. How are you, Super?
I'm good, thanks. I'm curious as to how free will exists.
Are you a Muslim, sir?
Yeah.
So you are curious as to, do you believe you have free will in Islam?
Yeah. And in every religion.
Okay, so you're curious as to how it exists or why it exists?
Yeah, so the question would be, if God is all knowing and he knows what we're going to do, how is it free will?
Well, there's a difference between foreknowledge. Do you agree? God knowing that something is going to happen. Am I echoing?
A little
bit. 1 second. YouTube, am I echoing? Okay, let me just turn this off. One second. Okay, it might be echoing because I'm... Okay, I got you guys. I got you. That's okay. Okay. So you want to know, so you agree that there is a difference between foreknowledge and predestination. How's that, if we can use those words? You don't need to mute yourself, brother.
Sorry, yeah. So, yeah, it's correct.
So what is your understanding of foreknowledge?
Knowing what's going to happen, but not until you make the decision.
Beautiful. So predestination is the opposite, because predestination means that something other than yourself is already destined something to happen, correct?
Yeah, but the difficult thing I'm trying to understand is understanding that what is going to be the result is one thing, but before making the decision is another thing.
Okay,
Now,
beautiful.
if God knows I'm going to make that decision, it's not free will.
Okay, so now that's a good point. So according to the Islamic religion, we have a verse in the Quran where Allah says that everything is predestined. Now, if something is predestined, there's nothing that you can do as a mere mortal to change what Allah has already destined, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so the verse in the Quran I'm talking about is Surah 54:49. The verse says, indeed, all things we created with predestination. So
Okay.
if Allah has destined something to happen, you can't change that destiny. Do we agree with that?
I understand the concept of it, but what I'm trying to understand, just between logic, is how can we make a decision if God knows or had predestined that you was to make that decision?
Now, I'm agreeing with you 100% because I don't believe that Muslims have free will. Muslims, now listen to me carefully, because the Muslim religion teaches, Islam teaches that Allah has decided everything. Because in Surah 57:22 it says, every misfortune that befalls the earth or on your own person is ordained before we bring it into being.
Okay, but then that's with every religion. Otherwise,
No, sir.
But then that implies that God is not all knowing.
No. We're talking only about Islam. We can go outside of Islam later, but right now in Islam, for example, I said to you, if Allah has destined something, you can't change that because you are just a mere man. Allah himself is the one that is supposed to be superior to you. For example, I'll give you an example about Adam. When Adam was created, was Adam a sinner or sinless?
When he was created, of course, sinless.
Beautiful. Who was the one that decided that he was going to sin?
God knew he was going to sin. I believe it was a plan. But yeah, God knew he was going to sin.
Okay, there's a difference again between knowing and making, right? Who was the one that made Adam sin?
But just to understand, if you don't make someone do something, therefore you don't know what that person's going to do. Thus, you don't know everything.
No, I agree, but Allah does. So again, so I'm giving you a case with Adam. According to Adam, when he was created, as we agree, he was created without sin. But it was Allah that created the sin for him to commit, because according to the hadith, in the hadith it says, how do you, he's talking now, this is a conversation, but this is Sahih Bukhari, 66:14, 6614. So in this conversation, Adam and Moses are having a conversation, and Adam says to Moses, how is it that you blame me for an action which Allah had written in my fate 40 years before my creation?
Okay, so it implies that maybe, well, not maybe, it implies Allah had a plan, therefore he done it purposely. Or
Exactly. Now you have this God of Islam that purposely causes someone without sin to sin and then punishes them for the sin that he made them commit, because Adam was punished, correct, for the sin?
Okay.
So again, so Allah punishes Adam for doing a sin that he made him commit. Does that sound like a fair or just God so far?
Fair enough. Okay.
Right. So now we have, that's the problem now, because if Adam had known that it wasn't his fault, he could have acted differently.
Are you implying that God didn't know that Adam was going to do it when he created him?
No, Allah knew and he
No.
caused him to sin. So in Islam, there's no
I agree.
need, there's no need for shaitan in Islam, because the God of Islam does the same job of Satan. Because if I said to you, do you agree with me that the job of Satan is to lead people astray? You would agree with me, correct?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So if the job of Satan is to lead people astray, leading them astray would cause them to commit sin. And if they commit sin, it means that they're going to hellfire, not to paradise.
It's the
Now,
purpose
in
of
this
the
case-
challenge.
Say
It's
again.
the challenge.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
I said I'm assuming it's the purpose of the challenge. That's the whole point.
Well, if you don't know it, if you don't know you're going to do something, then you've got no say in the matter. So he did it unknowingly. Adam committed the sin not knowing that it was already decreed by Allah. So in this case,
If I agree with you on this case, it would imply that when God created Adam, he did not know that he was going to eat from the tree. So
no,
that
he made him. I think we misunderstanding.
I understand,
Allah
I understand
created
what
him
you
with a
mean.
specific intention
I get it,
of
I get it,
eating from
I
the
get it.
tree.
What I'm implying, what I'm trying to say is if Allah did not plan it, it would imply that he does not know everything before he created it. So it would imply that Allah wouldn't know the outcome when he created Adam. So this is why I'm trying to ask you, when God created before God created Adam, did he know the outcome? Did he know that Adam was eating from the tree, although he gave him the rule?
Yes.
This is the question.
Yes, beautiful.
Right.
So again,
So
watch.
then that would mean
Adam,
it's a predestined. It doesn't matter how you look at it, it's predestined, because if you create something and have a plan for it before it's created or knowing what it's going to do, because it's your will, therefore it's not free will. Do you see my point?
I do, but do you agree now that Adam had no free will when it came to this incident?
Yeah, I believe it was a plan.
Beautiful.
It's some
So
sort-
according to the, not only this now, right? Remember that the hadith, there's more hadiths that tell us that the plan is not only for Adam, but the plan continues even to you and I, because your Quran also teaches that, for example, Allah has already decided before we were created if we are going to be sinners or not, according to your Quran. According to your hadith, it's telling us that we were created. Sorry, go on.
The question is, do you believe that there is a God that created, although Allah, or do you believe Allah created Adam, but before he created Adam, he did not know the outcome? This is the question I'm asking.
No, that's what I'm saying. There's foreknowledge. God has foreknowledge. He knows what's going to happen. But in Christianity, we also believe that we have the free will. Like, for example, in the Bible, when Adam committed the sin, God specifically said to him, do not eat from that tree. But in Islam, Allah already wanted him to eat from the tree. So his will was greater than man's will. In fact, Adam had no say in the matter. And remember, at this time, there was no Satan there.
So, but if before God created Adam and he knew he was going to eat from the tree, what is the point of the law? If he knew Adam was
this is now the Islamic problem, not my problem, because again, it's proving to everybody else that the God of Islam has made you Muslims not have free will. He has already decided how much. In fact, there's a verse in the Quran that says that Allah gives you the amount of sin you're going to commit. Allah does, not Shaitan. So he's already giving you stuff. Hang on one second. There's a hadith that says that when every person is born, created in the womb of the mother or in the loins of the father, Allah has already decided if this person is going to heaven or hell. So there's nothing that you can do on earth that can change the will of Allah. In fact, I can ask you one question and you'll see my point, right? Listen to this question. Can I become a Muslim if Allah doesn't will it?
I think so, yes. I believe it.
The verse in the Quran says no. The verse in the Quran, Surah 10:100 says that no matter what I do, I cannot become Muslim if Allah doesn't will it. Let me read it for you.
It's if you can we just stick to the we're flying away from God knowing everything. We're going to another.
No, it's
Yeah,
the
so
same
we
thing,
wanna
because
stick
what
to-
I'm saying is, if God, okay, watch this. If I'll give you the best example. If God knows that you are going to be a sinner, right? Let's say God knows that Super is going to be a sinner. When
Just use
you are
Adam.
born, say again.
Can we use Adam as an example instead of me? So it
No,
makes
I'll
more
show
sense.
you why. I'll show you why. I'll show you why.
Since it's to do with religion.
I know
No,
that, but
'cause-
it's still same thing.
So can we
Same
speak-
thing, brother. Same thing. Listen, when you were
really.
born, say you on your first day on earth and you pass
Mhm.
away, would you go to heaven or hell?
Hell, but this is a different situation. God had the conversation. God hasn't had the conversation with me.
No, but
So
I'm
it's just-
showing
you're
you. I'm
completely-
showing you that your God has already decided where you're going before you were born.
Yeah, but the question is, the thing is, if God hadn't decided where you was going before you were born, it implies that God doesn't know what will happen. He hasn't planned. When God created everything, there is no plan. He just
Okay,
let
so
it
watch
be.
this. Do we agree that God decides if you're going to heaven or hell?
Of course.
Beautiful. Now this is Islam. So if Allah
Do you
has
believe-
already
hold on.
decided that you are
Do you
going
believe?
to,
Hold on, sorry. I also believe God changes his mind. I also believe God can change his mind.
seriously, okay. So you are saying that if Allah writes down before you are created that you are going to hell, so he writes it down, because like Adam, he does this for every soul that lives, right? He writes it down before they were created, whether they're going to heaven or hell. I'm going to read you a hadith to show you that you're wrong, because the hadith says that
Well,
when you were
it's-
created, Allah writes down 4 things. And I'll show you something where he says, say
That would
again.
be a debate with me. That would be a debate with me and the hadith. It wouldn't be if you're using the hadith to help you support this conversation about Adam knowing everything. I mean, sorry, God knowing everything. It's like we're going astray. I'm
Yeah, but
trying
I'm
to
showing you
understand.
that you said God can change his mind. I'm showing you that according to Islam, and the hadiths are supporting me saying that if Allah writes something down, for example, you are going to go to hellfire. There's nothing
Well,
that you can do to change that. He doesn't change his mind.
How can mercy come under a category that doesn't mean changing your mind? What does mercy mean?
Okay, watch this. Does Allah have mercy and justice?
Yes, but I would like to stick to the subject. I don't want to go astray. Please, can we stick to the subject as to
Sure,
when
okay.
God created Adam? In my paradigm, my religion, God knew Adam was going to do. God planned this out for him, right?
Okay, now
But
there's
in
the
your
difference, my
paradigm,
brother.
I'm trying to
God
understand-
planned
Hold on a
it.
sec, can I finish? Yeah, can I finish, please? But I'm trying to understand if that's not the case, right? That God doesn't predestine your life, then how does that imply that God knows what is going to happen
Do you
before?
mind if I say, James? James, do you mind if I say something?
Okay,
Sure,
can
Abby,
I, can
go
I
ahead.
Is
just?
one of
it's a
one of
bit
the
hard, it's a
99
bit-
is one of the
Guys.
99 attributes of Allah mercy?
No, but it's in, I don't know, but it's in the Quran.
No, but it is. One of the 99 names of Allah is mercy, right?
Okay, so
He is-
mercy it's an attribute, but okay, but
okay,
yeah,
so is this attribute created or uncreated?
everything is created by God, but can we stick to the subject?
Wait.
created?
His attribute is created?
Yeah, everything is correct. Can we stick to the subject with Adam? I'd like to finish it because
No,
I'm
that's
trying-
perfect because now you just proved that Allah Himself is created.
All right. So anyway, I don't know how you see that paradigm, but anyway.
Okay, let's go
what I'm
slowly. Let's go slowly. I want to get a chance to speak.
well,
now.
I don't want to astray.
okay,
Because
we'll go
I'm
back to
finding
Adam.
it very hard.
Let's go back to
You
Adam.
use
Now,
what?
listen, I want you to listen to me. Now it's my turn. Listen now. God knowing that something is going to happen is different to God making it happen. Do you agree with that?
So how is it your decision?
Again, you don't have a decision in Islam because in Islam, Allah says everything is predestined. So
No,
if everything
in any
is
life.
Yeah, hang on, brother, hang on, please, hang on. If everything is predestined, then you, sir, have no choice in changing it, you have to follow that path. That's saying
then
you
what's
have
God-
no free will.
So
But
then
if
what
God is for, hang on, man, hang on, listen now. If God already knows the outcome, but doesn't interfere because he knows that you're going to be a sinner, but he sits back and he watches you become the sinner, this is on you. But if everything is predestined, then it's on Allah. This is why I'm saying there are hadiths are saying to Muhammad, why are we then being punished for something if it is Allah making us do it?
Okay, so then if I'm a sinner, right? God is sitting back and watching me sin. If I change my mind and decide to become a good person, did God know that that was going to happen? Did he write that for me, predestine that for me? Or was he surprised that I become good?
Everything is written down and predestined. That's why I'm saying to you, I can show you from a hadith where
Right.
people were bad. Hang on, brother. I'm talking now again, same topic, where people were bad, decided to start doing good, but Allah already decided that they're going to hellfire, so he sends them to hellfire, even though they try to do good. And this question was asked to Muhammad. So you may be a sinner your entire life, but if Allah decided that you are going to paradise just before you kick the bucket, he will then make you do good stuff to send you to paradise. That's why I'm saying I have the hadiths available.
Let me make you understand it in a different way, right? Does God know the capacity of people going to heaven and hell right now?
God knows everything. Understand me.
Right.
He knows
So
everything.
then how? So then, if there is no way that the capacity of hell or heaven can decrease or increase, if there's say 50% in hell and 50% in heaven, there is no way in the future or any time that it will become 60% heaven, 40% hell. Would you agree on that with every God, any God?
Okay, I'm going to say it again. I didn't really get what you just said, but let me say this again.
Okay,
listen.
I'll explain it again.
Please listen again. Your Quran also says that Allah creates many of mankind and jinn for hellfire. Here's my question.
James, sorry for interrupting.
Rob, 1 second. Let me just ask the question, please. 1 second. Yeah. If Allah created someone for hellfire, are you saying that you have the will to change what Allah created you for?
Allah has the will for mercy. This is my point. It's called mercy.
It's written down. This is why I'm saying to you, I can read you hadiths where it's confirming if Allah writes something down, there's nothing that you can do to change it. Do you understand that?
James, sorry for interrupting, but guys, why are you continuing? Hold on. Why are you continuing this conversation? Why are you stretching it while he just confirmed? All of you heard him that Allah is created.
No,
why would you talk to someone who believes that Allah is created?
I didn't say that. For number one,
yes, you said it. You said the attributes of Allah are created.
Okay. Yeah, the attributes. All right. So Allah. Anyway, so Allah is not.
You said it. It's recorded.
Okay, fine. The attributes, whatever, but that is not Allah. Okay.
So Allah is not his attributes.
Allah has attributes.
Hold on. So guys, notice. Allah is created, his attributes are created, and his attributes are not Allah. I mean, what's the point of talking to a guy who believes that Allah is created?
I'll talk to you later about that, but can we not run away and understand?
You're running away because you just confirmed again that your God is created.
I get like out of 100%, I get like 10% of words, and then you've got to take the 90%. Can I have a word? Can I at least speak for like a minute? Can you give me like 5 minutes or something? Like,
the reason we jump in,
what you just said. You know what your own brothers will do to you if they hear you talk?
Super. The reason why we jump in.
Do you want to talk to me?
Super. We are going to talk. Just hang on. Let me land, please. The reason we're stopping you is because you are saying things that are not Islamic. That's the only reason. We don't want you to make yourself to commit shirk or have anyone attack you for your stance.
Okay, that's my responsibility. I understand. Thank you for looking out for me, but I'm a big man. That's my responsibility. But thank you very much for looking out for me.
Can I say something real quick?
No, 1 second, please. Let me talk. Otherwise, just pointless. So can you explain to me my Allah, right? Can you explain to me if he knows how many people are going to heaven and hell, and what God doesn't know that? The
But I think
capacity.
you're misunderstanding. I'm agreeing with you. God knows everything. I agree with you. He knows
So if
when the
so
leaf
if
is
God
going to
knows-
fall. Again, let me
Okay.
finish now. You asked
No,
a
if God-
question and then you
I
get.
just
Hang
said
on,
two
dude, let me
things.
also speak. 1 second, please. You asked me a question. I'm saying to you
cancelled it.
that I agree with you because, yes, God knows everything. The problem in Islam is your God is already writing things down that cannot be changed, and you can't change the outcome. Because if you
Okay,
can change
but
the
the good-
outcome, that will make you more bigger than Allah is.
No,
Okay,
yeah,
so
that position is a kafir.
I can say basically, Allah, my Allah, knows how many people will go to heaven and how many people will go to hell.
I
But
agree
every
with
other
you.
God, but every other God doesn't know it. Only Allah knows. Every
Okay.
other God doesn't know the
Every other
capacity.
God has
Do you
foreknowledge,
agree?
dude. I don't think you're listening to. Again, stop
then-
and listen. I'm
so
going to
then
mute you.
how is-
I'm going to
is
mute
this-
you. 1 second. I'm going to mute you. I don't think
James,
it's
can I
ringing
go
to your
after
head.
you?
1 second retirement. 1 second, please. I'm going to make this as simple as I can, Super. Simple as I can. God knows what is going to happen. He has foreknowledge. He has foreknowledge. Your God may have foreknowledge, but he has also predestined everything to happen. He all knows the future, but he is the one causing whatever's going to happen in the future. He is causing it to happen.
Yes, I agree. I agree. Yeah, so James, let me say one thing. Yeah. So this conversation we having right now had to happen and couldn't be otherwise. That's my position.
Okay, so anyway, so what I'm implying.
Wait, stop. James, you heard me?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, this conversation we having right now was written before me and you were created, and it had to happen and it couldn't be otherwise. Can you prove I have no free will?
I just, well, watch. I'll show you in a second. So you just said to me everything was predestined, correct?
Yeah, I just told you
So
this
if it's
conversation.
predestined, what does
Yes.
predestined mean?
Yeah, it was willed before creation.
Boom shakalaka. So if everything's willed before it happened, you can't change Allah's will, correct?
I just told you
Beautiful.
this conversation we having right now
Okay,
is
so watch this.
necessary and
I
couldn't
get you.
happen otherwise.
Okay, so watch this now. So if everything is decided by Allah and we can't change what Allah has decided, then we have no free will. It's by the will of Allah, correct?
How does that follow? Yeah, what's the argument for that?
Okay, so
Okay, so
the
now
words
watch
that
this.
are out
Watch
of my
this.
mouth.
Hang on,
Aki,
Super,
hold on,
Super,
Aki,
just
hold on.
1 second, Super, 1 second.
Yeah, Aki, hold
Retirement.
on.
I asked this question to Super earlier. Can I become a Muslim? Can I become a Muslim if Allah doesn't will it?
No. Not
So
possible.
then I don't have free will then,
No,
correct?
that doesn't follow.
How does it follow? Can I become a Muslim if Allah doesn't will it?
No, because if you were to become Muslim, it would have been written down.
Exactly.
Wait,
Exactly my point.
wait, hold on. You
You
originally
can be
tried.
forgiven, but you can
Wait,
be
wait,
forgiven.
Again,
No.
watch you agreeing with me, but you don't realize it because you both agree that I cannot become a Muslim unless Allah wills it, meaning I don't have free will. Watch, I'm going to read a verse.
No, that
from the
doesn't.
Quran.
That,
Let
what's
me
the
read from
argument
the
for that?
Quran for you guys, please. Let me
Wait,
read
what's
two
the
verses.
argument for that?
Let me read
My
two
posi-
two
yeah, I
verses.
hope-
Here's the argument.
But that's-
Here's the argument. Guys, 1 second. Let me read.
Hold on, let him finish.
Here's the
My
argument
friend,
from the
which
Quran.
God doesn't know. That
Please
means
let me
God
read the
doesn't know.
Quran.
Wait, hold on,
Please,
let him
Super.
finish, man.
Let me read the Quran, please, guys. The Quran says in Surah 76, 29 to 31. 76, 29 to 31, it says, and this is an admonition and reminder. So let him who wills take a path to his Lord. You cannot will unless Allah wills.
Yeah, you believe this
You
too.
cannot will unless Allah wills. Please hang on a second.
believe-
Please,
you believe
retirement.
this
Let me read the second verse and then you can speak. So if at all if there's this thing called free will in Islam, it's definitely an illusion, because again, I can't will unless who wills before me? Allah wills.
You
So how
believe-
can you have free will? Another verse.
James.
Surah
James,
10,
you
100.
believe
Let me
this
land,
too.
brother. Let me land. Surah 10, 100. No soul can believe. No soul can believe except by the will of Allah. So I cannot become a Muslim unless Allah wills it. Do you guys agree with the Quran?
Yes, I agree. You believe this too, by the way.
Say what?
You believe that? Yeah, you believe.
You're implying God doesn't know anything. If
Yeah,
My God, dude, Super, how many times must I tell you that God knows everything, dude? Stop
Yes,
saying that.
So
I will
God created me to go to
saying
hell.
that.
That's what
So
you're
you're-
saying.
I've
you're not-
repeated what
you're
you
not-
said
created
1,000
me
times
to go
now.
to hell.
Super.
So God created
Super.
me to go to hell.
Super.
Yes?
Do you and I agree that God knows everything?
Yes. Did God
So
create me
don't
to
say
go
that
to
I
hell?
don't know that again, okay? Don't repeat that.
Okay,
God knows
did
everything.
God
I'm going to
create
go
me
slowly
to
with
go
you.
to hell?
I'm going to
Okay,
mute
just
you
answer.
again. I'm going to
James,
mute you so
can
we
you
go through it
engage with
slowly.
me?
I'm
Can
going to
you
mute
engage
you
with
so
me?
you can also be quiet. Listen, Super, we're going to go slowly. You and I agree God knows everything. You and I agree that God knows the outcome. Do you agree that everything in Islam is written down and cannot be changed by Allah? Do you agree with that, Super?
We both agree Allah or God
Bro,
know
Right,
created
retirement, just wait.
yeah, created before the outcome. We can both agree God knew what was going to happen before the outcome. Can
Stop
we
there
agree
now.
on
Here's
that?
the question. Stop. Do you agree that Allah has already decided the outcome?
Yes, my friend. But can I
Beautiful.
speak?
Can you change?
Four-
Super, please.
I've
I'm
got
trying to
4
feed you.
minutes.
I'm feeding you like a baby now because it doesn't look like you're ready for milk. You are for meat. You are definitely on milk. Listen again.
You
If
don't
the God of
understand.
Islam is saying that he wrote down what you are going to do, can you change what he wrote down?
Brother, that's with every religion, but you're being
Oh
hypocritical.
my gosh.
No,
oh
you
my
cannot
gosh,
change
oh my
it.
gosh, dude. Thank you.
No, you cannot change it.
It's not hard, bro. So we agree now. You can't change it.
James, can you engage with me or no?
Now, hang on. It's retirement, brother. You just jumped into the room. Just hang on, bro. I got you. I'm just
You
finishing up
can't
with
change
people
it.
first.
Yes. You
Okay.
can't change it. Yes.
So if Allah created you for hellfire, if he already wrote down in the book, Super is going to hell, can you change what he decided for you?
No, but God can change his mind for mercy. It's called
Wait,
mercy.
can you show me that?
What
What
God
does
has
it?
mercy?
What does it say? God can change his mind.
No,
What do you
it says
say?
God has mercy. And how
No,
can
no,
you
no,
have mercy?
no. You're verbatim saying God can change his mind.
No,
What he
after. Listen, what is mercy?
Wait, hold on. God forgiving you and God forgetting are two different things.
No, yeah, okay. Mercy, the way I see mercy is on Judgment Day, if God decides to change and give me mercy, that's God's will. That's what I mean.
Again. If God written that you was going to be unalive as a Muslim, can you be unalive as a Christian? Yes or no?
Impossible.
Yeah, okay, that's what he's asking. So you can't change it. Just say
But that's
you
with every religion, bro. That's
can't.
every
No,
religion.
I agree with you.
Otherwise, God is not all-knowing.
No, yes, I agree. If God writes something down, it can be otherwise. I agree.
Otherwise, if you
Just
create
so I
something
understand
before
from
you...
both of you, just so I understand. So when Allah writes something down in his book, you guys have the power to change what Allah has written down.
Oh, it's not. Yes, it's not. It's not possible.
We don't have the power. Do you have the power to change what God tells
Dude,
your destiny?
Super.
No.
I think that you really not focused on the topic. I think that you're trying to think instead of listen. Again, I am saying again, let me tell you, Super, what the Quran says, what your Hadith say. My God, you guys need to read your books.
But you're being
Your books are
hypocritical.
telling
Don't
us.
you realize?
Can you just wait, Superman? Gee whiz, come on, man. You've never read your Quran. You've never read the Hadiths. I'm here to help you. Your Quran says that Allah writes down 4 things. Let me read for you guys so you guys can actually listen and learn what your Quran actually teaches and what your religion teaches, right? In the Quran, it says that Allah will send an angel and order him to write 4 things. Don't know if you know this. His provision, his age, and whether he will be the wretched or the blessed in the hereafter, meaning whether he will be a sinner or whether he will not be a sinner in the hereafter. Now listen carefully, guys, because again, you don't know Islam. Let's read and see what it says. This is Sahih Bukhari, by the way. It says, then the soul is breathed into him. So the soul is only breathed into these people after they have been created, after Allah has written down what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. So again, pay attention. Your God has written it down before you are even given life. And then it goes on and says, by Allah, now listen carefully, a person among you may do the deeds of the people of the fire, meaning he was sinning, till there is only a cubit or an arm breadth distance between him and the fire, meaning he sinned his entire life, he's almost kicking the bucket, he's just at the doorstep of hellfire. Listen to what it says. But then that writing which Allah has ordered the angel to write, precedes, meaning that whatever Allah decided, that kicks in. And then what happens? And a man may do the deeds of the people of paradise. So he was a sinner his entire life. He's about to kick the bucket, but Allah wrote that he is going to paradise. So at the last second, he does the deeds of the people of paradise and he enters it. And a man may do the deeds of the people of paradise till there's only a cubit distance, meaning a man might be a good man doing all the good in the world and he's about to kick it, but then that writing precedes and he does the deeds of the people of the fire and enters it. Now, because Allah has decided that the man is going to hellfire, there's nothing that will change it. Don't tell me that Allah has mercy. He wrote it down. There's nothing you can do unless you can show me a verse in the Quran that says that Allah will change his mind.
No. All I have to show is I originate my actions. If God knew I was going to do this and he wrote it down, I still have free will. You have to show the negation.
I'll show it to you in a second.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I said it earlier and I'll say it one more time. I don't like it when Muslims talk without opening their books in front of us, opening the camera and show their books. I don't care about what you say. I don't care about your opinion. When you talk about the religion that you follow, you should open your books and show us what your books say about free will. I have here a book in front of me, Abfu, called Al-Muwatta Malik by the Imam Malik. Watch this. Imam Malik in his Al-Muwatta, which is, by the way, older than Bukhari. It's older than Sahih al-Bukhari. It's the oldest Sahih Hadith collection that you have in your possession. Muwatta Malik by Imam Malik. Watch this. Give me the screen, guys. So Muslims can learn their religion. You don't know your religion. Don't pretend that you do.
After this, I'm going to
Let me finish. So you can learn about your religion for the first time in your life. We don't care about what you have to say. We don't care about your opinion.
Okay, Rob, stop.
Your books. What do your books say about free will? Watch. Al-Muwatta Malik by Imam Malik bin Anas. This is the royal Moroccan edition. So the king of Morocco blessed this translation. Watch. On page 738, Al-Muwatta by Imam Malik, 738. You can download it for free in PDF form. Hadith, Muwatta Malik, Hadith 2576. Let's read. According to Malik, his paternal uncle Abu Suhail bin Malik said, once I was walking with Umar bin Abdul Aziz and he said, what is your opinion of the proponents, the followers or the believers of free will? The Qadariya, question mark. Look at the question mark. So I said, I think that you should ask them to recant their false doctrine. So if you believe in free will, you are following a false doctrine, and you know what that means in Islam.
Wait, super.
Let me finish. Let me finish reading. Stop talking.
Let him finish.
And if I do not, and if they do not, so if they don't stop this false doctrine, they should be put to the sword. Omar said, that is my opinion too. Malik said, that is my opinion too. So Imam Malik, the Mufti of Medina, his opinion is, who knows Islam better than you? The Mufti. When he was in the Mufti of Medina, no one dare to be a Mufti there. He was the Mufti. He says that if you believe in free will, you are, you're a fraud, you're not a Muslim, and you should be put to the sword.
Wait, super, let him finish. Let him waffle. Go on.
Let him waffle. Are you okay, bro?
Yeah. So,
so do you agree with Imam Malik? Yes or no, Mr. Waffle?
So are you done? Yeah. So Rob, Christian, can you tell me the distinction between how the Salafis and the Asharis hold to free will? And can you tell me the three different categories of free will?
Address the hadith.
Of course you can.
Address the hadith.
No. Of course you can. Yeah, because
don't deflect. Address the hadith.
I'm not okay. I'm not Rob doesn't know there's three different accounts of free will, and the Muslim position is compatibilism. What says determinism and free will is compatible.
Wow.
That's Ibn Taymiyyah's position, and he say we originate our actions. You bozo.
Bozo,
So what are you
can
talking
you
about?
address the hadith?
Don't
wait,
insult.
Bozo.
Retirement. Please don't insult, brother. Please. Don't.
Bozo, Mr. Bozo.
I'm sorry.
Because
No, I'll
if
take
you
that back.
do that, I'm
Wait, I'll
going
take that
to
back.
bring
I'll
the
take that back. I'm
hadith
sorry.
where your prophet got
No, no, okay,
booted
okay. I'll take
all
that back. I'm
night.
sorry.
Don't
Okay, I'll
force
take that
me
back.
to
It's
do
okay, we're
that.
done with
Okay, I'll
that.
take it back. I'm
So
sorry.
can I read you another example?
No, James, I want him to address what we just read. You are allowing him to run.
Wait,
I want this
I just
coward
responded.
to address the hadith that I just showed. That you should be unalived as a Muslim if you believe in free will. Bozo.
No, that's not. Wait. No, I don't believe that. And wait, hold on.
Okay. So you do not agree with Imam Malik, the Mufti of Medina?
So can you show me the distinction between the Salafis and?
She's not answering.
Oh wow. Can you?
Do you agree with Imam Malik? Yes or no?
I don't know if he said that for.
But
then he said,
Okay, let's do this.
Wait, James,
If he did say it, brother, if he did say it, then would you agree with him?
No, he's incorrect. If you say
Imam Malik is incorrect.
You have a
wait.
better understanding. Hang on, brother. So you have a better understanding than Imam Malik, correct?
hold on. Whoever says you have no will, no free will, that's kufr. Yeah. And if you
So
say
Imam Malik is a kafir? Repeat it one more
no, I
time.
never said that. And if you say
He said you should truly retire and your name suits you. So you know better than Imam Malik, and Imam Malik said that you Muslims should put a sword on your head to be unalived. You know better than him, the founding father of the Maliki Sunni madhab. You know better than him?
wait, can you show me it again? Let me see. Let me see. Yeah,
So you did not even read it.
Retirement. Let me say this, my brother.
Wow.
If, for example, you don't know
Imam Malik is a
something-
kafir.
hang on, Rob, man, hang on. So if you haven't seen something retirement and you're seeing it for the first time, the best thing to do now, I understand why you go into attack mode instead of, but sometimes say, you know what, I haven't seen this before. Let me get the reference again so that I can check it and see if it's true. Then you being at least honest with yourself.
I just asked him. Let me see it again.
Yeah, no, I'm glad.
And
Thank you for that. Thank you. But what I'm saying is, the only way we can learn and get truth is by being honest with ourselves. Correct?
No, of course. Yeah, and hold on. And James, I asked him, cause he can be talking about different things. Cause there's 3 accounts of free will if you in philosophy.
Free will. It says free will. Qadariya, free will.
Hold on. Wait. If he's talking about libertarian free will,
retirement, brother, just 1 second. We understand you talking about 3 different. Rob, can you go back to the cover, please, sir?
if he's
So that people can see it first, so we can just make sure.
Okay. And if he's talking about libertarian free will, yes, that makes somebody a kafir. If you hold to that.
No, we're talking about free will, the Qadariya.
Yeah, again.
Have you ever heard of? Hold on. Have you ever heard of
What
Qadariya?
page is that, Rob? Sorry, what page is that, please?
Page 738.
Wait, exactly. Wait. He's talking about independent or free will, independent from God. That's kufr. Yes, I agree.
No, hold on. What is your
738.
opinion
Wait, I just
of
told you, I
the
just told you, yes.
followers of the believers of free will, the Qadariya? Free will and the general free will. Literally, Qadariya means free will. So if you believe in free will, you should be put
Yes, I
to the
agree.
sword. It's
Yes, I
a
agree.
false
I agree.
doctrine.
Yes, I agree. If you believe
So,
you're
so
free
you agree? So if you agree, why are you
finish?
debating free will? If you agree with
wait.
Imam Malik.
Wait,
Now
wait,
you're taking it back. Moments ago, you called it kufr.
Okay.
Are you okay, bro?
Let's go. Let him
No,
go.
it is.
Hang on, Rob.
It
Let
is.
him-
That is.
I need
It
him
is.
to understand what
So
he's doing.
you're agreeing with me? Hold on.
Retirement.
I wanna understand something. Do you agree now with me that there is in Islam there is no free will? Yes or no?
No, the libertarian free will, yeah, there's none of that.
No.
But
Answer. Do you
I
believe? Do you agree with
Libertarian-
Imam
yes,
Malik that any Muslim who believes in free will should be put to sword? Yes or no?
libertarian free will, yes, that's
No.
kufr.
Answer my question.
I
I'm
answered.
asking you about free will in
libertarian
general,
free will, yes.
Qadariya. Do you agree with Imam Malik that it's a false doctrine, and if you still believe in it, you should be put to the sword? Yes or no?
Can you show me the Arabic?
Allahu Azgar. Allahu Azgar.
What page
like-
did you say, Rob? Just 1 second. I'm trying to also get it. Just 1 second, retirement. This is how you do research. What page was that, Rob? Sorry.
738. 738. Here is the Arabic too, no problem. I have the Arabic. Do you want the Chinese too? I have Chinese too if you like. Do you want the Swahili? I have Swahili too, no problem. Same book, Arabic. Do you see it? Brother, you have never read your books. That's the problem. You Muslims don't read. We have to do the reading for you. Muwatta Malik by Imam ibn Anas. Look how old the copy is. Look, this is the Arabic version, and look, the page is shredded. Look, shredded. It's very old copy.
Yeah, my
622. Let me finish. Muwatta Imam Malik. Muwatta Imam Malik. Hadith number 6, and it's the same hadith.
Wait. James, if you search up the word that he was highlighting in the English, it debunks what he's saying. Imam Malik was talking about people who rejected predestination. What are you talking about? Why are you lying?
I am lying?
Yeah, you're lying. Yeah, he's talking about predestination. He said whoever rejects predestination is a kafir and should be
free will. Yeah,
you liar.
Free will.
You liar. Wait, why are you lying? Wait. Okay, so can you highlight that? Wait, highlight that. Yeah.
Are you? Hold on. You must be blind. Wallahi, ya kafir ya zindiq, you must be blind.
Hang on a second.
Wallahi, you are blind.
James, do what I said.
Allahu Azghar.
James, do what I said to do.
Stuck for Allah, you're blind.
James, you changed it, I swear. Because when I searched it up, it doesn't say what it's showing. You liar. That's crazy.
Like on you and the father that you call father, on him too for calling me a liar. While the screen is in front of you. I spit on you and I spit on that demon that you call Allah that you worship. You disgusting.
Wait, James. So you see,
I'm putting it on the screen and you call me a liar?
Wait, James.
On you and on that father.
Rob, my live, I don't lose the live.
You see this?
So again, retirement. Why he's showing it to you on the screen? What did you say you found?
Yeah. Okay. So what I put in the comments, I want everybody in this live to search up and like look up what those people held. They rejected predestination.
Who's
so I
those
want to know
people?
I want to know where he's coming from. Everybody search up that word.
So hang on. So you rejecting predestination. What does that mean?
Wait, I'm gonna put it up again. I want everybody to search up this word.
So watch this. Hang on, watch this. Let me show you what you just did. Now listen carefully, retirement. You saying that it was rejected, the concept of free will was rejected.
Yes, no, predestination was rejected.
Predestination was rejected. Now watch
yes,
this.
And he said,
retirement. You just now said that you accept predestination, and now you're saying you don't accept predestination.
Wait,
which is it?
James, you're not
We'll get to this in a second. Listen carefully. Do you believe that everything in Islam is predestined?
Yes, I'm saying whoever rejects predestination,
the one you want me to go to, hang on, the one you want me to go to is saying that this means that the Islamic theologians,
the sword, you're not tracking. The people who taken to the sword rejected predestination. You're not tracking. Rob was lying.
So hang on a second. So people that reject predestination.
Yes.
And said that people
I
have
think you are illiterate like your prophet because you cannot read.
Okay,
but it says, let me read it one more time. You kafir, ya adu Allah. Let me read it one more time. What is your opinion of the proponents of free will?
Yeah, I'm saying.
What does that mean? No, hold on. Word for it. What does that mean?
Listen, retirement.
What does it mean when it says, what is your opinion of the proponents of free will? What does that mean? Answer. Yeah, Google it. Come back, Abdul. Come back. What does it mean? What does this sentence mean? What is your opinion of the proponents of free will? What does that mean?
Okay.
You know where the word comes from, retirement?
Don't faint.
This is so crazy.
You know where the word comes from? The
idiot.
Word comes from Qadr.
What idiot?
What is Qadr?
James, where does it come from?
Qadr.
So,
what does Qadr come from? What? Hang on a second, dude. Take it easy, bro. Relax. What is the meaning of Qadr?
Idiot.
I literally told you to search it up.
What is the meaning of Qadr, my brother?
Rob, you're lying, Rob. You changed it, Rob.
Please, guys, I don't want to lose the live. Please, just easy on the whatever you guys are saying. But again, I'm asking you, retirement. What is the meaning of Qadr? Rob, hang on, bro. What is the meaning of Qadr, retirement? This is why you guys talk without thinking. Because Qadr is to do with destiny, correct?
Yeah.
Predestination, destiny.
Yeah.
And if something is predestined, predestined in Islam, can you change something that is predestined?
No, bro, James, are you tracking?
Dude, how many times are you going to agree with me? You
Bro,
can't be
James,
on my
James,
side. You
James.
need to be opposition. You can't be
Okay,
on my
yo,
team.
can I speak to Albie? You guys are not tracking. You guys, no, like, you guys are. Wait, hold on, James.
No, listen, Albie's not gonna help you, brother.
Wait, no, Albie. Do you know what compatibilism is?
The only thing Albie's gonna say, he's gonna say this. Hey,
Wait,
Albie's
Albie, we
gonna
spoke
say this
before.
in Aramaic. Albie's gonna say this in Aramaic. Rob Azizi.
Wait. Albie, hold on, Albie, we spoke before, bro.
Sorry, you guys. This is too much.
No, I know, brother, and I'm not being rude though, but trust me, when it comes on to Islam, Rob Christian is my teacher.
No. I'm
He's
not
a
even.
very educated man. I fall back. I
Wait,
just
no,
wait
no.
for you to mention something in the Bible, then I'm gonna start talking. That's it.
No, Albie.
I learned from James and Rob. You know what I mean?
Wait, Albie, no. This is
James,
about
give me the
philosophy.
screen so I can teach him something. I want
Albie, this is about philosophy.
Hold on. Retirement, stop talking. You should
Okay.
retire, man, from debating.
Okay.
Don't do debating.
Okay.
Look, to help you out, I'm here to help you, brother, because you don't know your religion. Look, what is Qadariya? What is the meaning of Qadariya? Read with me. Qadariya in Islam, adherence of the doctrine of what?
People, yeah.
So if you follow Qadariya, you
No,
believe in
no.
free will.
Wait,
Now we
wait,
go
wait,
back.
keep it,
Hold
keep
on.
it.
Stop
Keep it,
talking.
keep it.
Stop
Come
talking.
on, man.
No.
Retirement.
Stop talking.
Stop
Stop talking.
dude.
So I can educate you. So now that we have established what Qadariya means, so what? Let's read Hadith one more time because you Muslims are slow. Okay. What is your opinion of the believers of free will?
Okay.
They should be put to the sword.
Okay.
So hold on. If you or any Muslim, according to Imam Malik, if you believe in free will, you will die.
Okay. So, Rob, can you go back? Wait,
Are you
James,
capish? Capish? Yes or no?
Capiche.
Capish?
Rob, whoa, why you drop Rob?
I dropped him because he got a restriction.
Yo, don't report.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me just hang on. Retirement. Just let me just remove my restrictions because now that's why I said to you guys, be careful how you speak because TikTok is. I just got my account back today, so that's what I'm saying to you guys. Rob, you got reported, bro. So just be careful. Again, we need to be careful how we speak and what we say because
Yeah, nah, I don't
TikTok
even.
is extremely
I didn't say
sensitive.
anything. Okay, so yeah, James, can you tell him to bring up the definition again? Because
He can't come up with that account. He'll get reported again. But I want to go slowly with you so far.
Wait, hold on.
I want you to understand something, right? Which is like the other guy that was up here. When the Quran is telling us that, for example, nothing shall ever happen except what Allah has ordained for us. Do you agree with that?
Yes, bro. James, you're not understanding my position. I'm a compatibilist. I believe free will and determinism are compatible.
1 second,
You
brother.
have to-
Rob, just be careful. Rob, be careful what you say because I'm not sure if this is a different account, but just be careful.
I don't worry. I have more names and accounts than Allah on TikTok. Don't worry.
Okay, yeah.
don't worry about mine.
Rob, wait, hold on. Rob, can you show the definition again?
Lord have
And-
mercy.
yeah,
Are you serious, dude?
Please,
Just
wait.
1 second though. Hey,
Are
guys,
you serious?
Hold on 1 second. Rob, you there?
Mm-hmm.
Akhuni Azizi, I know you have more accounts than Allah himself, but listen, this is the main account that our brother James has, though. We have to be careful, make sure that it doesn't get bananaed.
I understand.
Right, and you acting like I'm disrespecting you and stuff. Like I haven't said anything crazy.
No, the thing is, bro, why do we need to read everything 10 times for you to get it? Why is that?
No. Yeah, because can you tell me the distinction between that and
Are you
and-
dyslexic? Look, if you're dyslexic,
Yeah, I'm
just tell us.
dyslexic. Yeah, bro,
I'm
you're gonna get the
dyslexic,
live ban.
So I will read it not 10 times, but I'll read it 200
Okay, Rob,
times.
I want you to
Hey,
show
we're going in
everything.
circles. I just want to. We're going in circles. Retirement, my man. He showed it to you. I'm trying to
James,
understand from you, my man. Just hang on. Retirement, bro. Breathe. I'm just trying to understand something. So far, what I'm trying to understand is when we read the Quran, and the Quran says, for example, it says, "And the one whom Allah wills to send astray, you will never be able to help him in the least against Allah." For example, do you agree that Christians have been led astray?
Yeah, that's according to the first will.
Okay,
first act,
beautiful. Now listen again. It's in this verse, it says, those who Allah has led astray, you shall never help him. So if Allah has led me astray and you do dawah to bring me to Islam,
Not
are
possible.
you hang on, dude.
You're literally
If you are
repeating the
doing
thing 5
dawah
times.
to bring me to Islam, are you going against Allah?
No, not necessarily. No.
Let me read the verse again.
Okay,
And
again,
the one whom Allah will send astray, you will never be able to help him in the least against Allah. They are those whose hearts Allah did not cleanse. So you are saying by doing dawah and going against what Allah has decided, you are not disobeying Allah?
Okay, so if God hardens somebody's heart and you try to give dawah to him, that you're saying that you're like going against God, that makes no sense.
Well, who's the one that led me astray? Hang on a second, bro. Hang on. Let me show you why.
I guess
Who's
not.
the one that led me astray?
You and God. Do you
Beautiful.
think
So not Satan, right? Me and God. So Satan had nothing to do with it. Your God leads people astray and punishes them for leading them astray.
James,
So your
you
God
believe
is
this
saying,
too?
I led them astray. You can't help him because who I lead astray, there is no help.
Okay. How do I know people who are led astray? Like, this is crazy.
I know it's crazy.
If God hardens your heart, how am I supposed to know your heart?
Exactly, bro. This is my point. You can't know because your God does the job of Satan by leading people astray. And then he says, for example, again, this is my example I've been going to. Do you believe that Adam was created without sin?
Sure.
Okay. Who was the one that caused Adam to sin and then punished him for sinning?
Wait, repeat that again.
Who was the one that caused Adam to sin and then punished Adam for sinning?
Wait, he caused himself and God caused it, and God punished him. What's the problem?
Beautiful. So let's see if that's true. We're going to go now to the hadith where Adam is talking and he says that Adam, talking to Moses, and he says that it was written in his fate 40 years before he was created. And he says, why do you blame me for something which was written in my fate 40 years before my creation? Again, notice this. Please stop talking when I'm talking. Please, it's very annoying. According to the hadith, Shaitan had nothing to do with this. He had nothing to do with this. He wasn't even in the picture. He wasn't even in paradise. He was kicked out. Don't forget that. He was kicked out of paradise. So Allah decided that Adam was going to sin. He took a sinless man, caused him to sin, and then kicked him out of paradise because he sinned. Does that sound like a fair and just God? Does that show that Adam had free will to do or not to do?
Wait, repeat your last statement again.
Oh my God.
Did Adam have a choice in his fate, in his actions?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay, so now again, so Adam was more superior to Allah and he could actually change what Allah decreed?
Wait. How does that follow?
Man, it's
Can you
hard.
raise Paul?
So,
Can you raise Paul?
Say what?
I want to talk to somebody who's
retire
more
from TikTok, please,
Just hang on, retirement. Listen again, bro. Listen. I'm asking you one more time. If Allah writes something down, is that flexible? Can it be changed?
No, of course not. I've answered this.
Allah
5 times
wrote
ago.
down that Adam was going to sin. Adam can't change that, correct?
No, yeah, of course not.
Beautiful. So who was the one that caused Adam to sin?
You're answering me the questions like 3 times. I told you God and Adam. I believe Adam originated his sin. You're not tracking.
What does that mean? What does originated his sin mean?
Yeah, God knew he was going to do this, so he wrote it down. Adam chose this. You're not tracking. I believe determinism.
No, you're not tracking because again, I'm showing you there's a difference between foreknowledge and predestination, but it doesn't seem to enter your brain.
Wait, Paul. Can I speak with Paul now?
Truly,
Paul,
tell
you already know the Muslim position is
brain cells, and you're a perfect example, buddy.
Wait, Paul. You already know the Muslim position is compatibilism, right? We believe determinism. What?
Not all of them. I don't think
Oh no,
all
no,
of
I'm talking about
them.
the Salafis. The Salafis.
Okay.
Yeah, we believe determinism and compatibilism. I mean, determinism and free will are compatible. They're just
Yes.
repeating. They just keep repeating and like saying the
Okay,
same
but
thing.
from the
about human
hadith, that James read, is it compatibilism or hard determinism?
compatibilism.
Okay, let's read the hadith again and explain how is that so.
Wait. Yeah,
Compatibilism wouldn't say that I chose and you willed it or you determined it.
no, what's
This is
argument
what
for
we
that?
should be able to understand. What we see is hard determinism as that the will was negated of the human being, that Allah chose it already. That's what
Okay.
hard determinism is.
No, yeah, of
And-
course. You see,
Okay,
Paul is tracking. I see, Paul. This is why I like you. I can have a conversation with you. Yeah. So I believe. So like the first
from
thing
the
I said.
hadith.
No,
From the
yeah,
hadith,
wait.
right?
Yeah. No, I don't believe free will was negated. Like the first thing I said, I believe this conversation
We
right here.
just agreed
Oh my God.
with Imam Malik. What is wrong with you?
Wait, yeah.
After
Can you?
me explaining the hadith for you,
I'm gonna mute
you
myself.
agreed that there is no free will in Islam.
Not true.
Else, let me finish. Else, you're a Mutazilite. You know what happened to the Mutazilite in the
They
8th
go to
century?
that. They
They
go to that.
hunted down the Mutazilite and unalived them.
Yeah,
for
why?
believing-
Why? What's
hold
their
on.
position?
Let me
They
finish.
believe.
Hold
Okay.
on. They
Okay.
hunted them down. They persecuted the Mutazilite because they not only did they believe that the Quran is created, but also they believed in free will. Unlike you Muslims of today,
Okay.
who are not. Hold on. Unlike you, are you a Mutazilite? Just a
No.
minute. You're not a Mutazilite. So
No.
you have to agree with Imam Malik, who is a
Okay.
Sunni supposedly, that there is no free will, else you are a Mutazilite. Hello?
Okay. So, Paul, the people he's naming believe God, your free will is independent of God, and that's kuf. You're kafir if you believe this.
Do you
We-
believe in
we-
free will?
stop.
Hold on.
Wait, Rob, you see
Free
how I
will,
let you
yes
finish?
or no?
Rob, you see how I let you finish?
No, but do you
Yeah.
believe in free will? Do you agree with Imam Malik? Yes or no?
Yes. I believe my free will is
Okay,
dependent
so you do
on
not
God.
agree with Imam Malik, so
No,
you
that's-
must be put to the
Okay,
sword.
wait, hold on. Rob Christian, can you pull up the definition you brought up again? Because it literally names the people you're calling right now who believe in free will independent of God, not dependent. If you believe your free will is independent of God, you're a kafir. I believe that. If you believe your free will is independent of God, you're a
No,
kafir.
you're not following. You're not tracking. Again, do you believe in free will? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, according to Imam Malik, you should be put to the sword.
Oh no. Okay, can you bring up the definition again? Yes or no?
Okay, we're done here.
Okay. Wait, James, you see how he's running? Can you pull up the definition? Yes or no?
Again,
Because those people believe
Qadariya in
their free will.
Islam, Qadariya ya jahil ya miskin ya adu Allah. Qadariya in Islam, adherents of the doctrine of
Read the whole thing.
free
I have
will.
the screenshot.
Let me
Read
finish.
the whole thing. I have the
Let me
screenshot.
I'm reading. You're not allowing me to finish. Qadariya in Islam, adherents of the doctrine of free will. The name was also. Let me finish. Wow, man, what's wrong with you? Did your mom drop you on your head or something? The name was also applied to the Mutazilites.
Yeah. And what do they believe? Do
They
they
believe
believe?
in free
Do they
will.
believe? Oh my God! Do they believe
I
in
love it.
predestination? Oh, bro.
Can you
wanna
drop
talk-
him, guys?
wanna
Come on,
can I
man.
talk to Paul, please?
Waste of time.
I don't want to talk to him. I want to talk to Paul. Paul
Yeah.
actually knows philosophy.
No, yeah,
He
Rob,
knows
just give me a second now. Just give me a second.
And I
Retirement, bro.
will
You're
take
jumping
out
from
of
people
you.
to person. Rob, 1 second. Okay, I'm just trying so hard to understand your retirement, my man, because you say you believe in free will. Is Allah controlling your free will?
It depends what you mean. It's dependent on God. I have free will. I have causal efficacy. That's what I believe.
Okay, beautiful. Now go slowly, dude, because you're very hyper and it's like.
Bro, can I talk to Paul? Paul
No,
knows
you've been
philosophy.
jumping to from Rob. You asked for, and then you go to Albie, and then now you're gonna go to Paul. Paul he's more than welcome to jump in.
He's
I'm
the
just
one
trying to
that.
understand
Rob
your
is the one that
situation.
interrupted.
Can I
was literally
please,
talking to Paul.
dude?
I was talking to
come
Paul.
on, man. Oh my goodness, bro, relax, dude. You're gonna lose my life. Take it easy, man. It sounds as if someone's jumping you. Slow down. All we're saying, I'm trying to understand. So you believe that you have free will, but Allah controls your free will. Just so I understand you.
Yes, it's a limited free will. Yes.
Do you have a
Yes.
limited free will?
Yes. I
Can
told
you
you this from the beginning.
okay? Can you decide if you're going to heaven or hell?
I originate my action.
You originate your action.
Yeah,
So
God-
Allah has nothing to do with you. So when we read the
No,
hadith,
I
do
never
you
said
take-
that. No, I never said that.
Can you please, man, just shut your gob and listen? Do you agree with the hadiths that say that Allah has already determined whether you're going to heaven or hell?
Yes, bro.
Okay, so you agree with them. So, for example, when we read that a child that is born that has never committed sin, would that child go to heaven or hell?
Oh, I don't know.
According to the hadith, the child can go to hell.
I don't know.
There's another hadith where a little
No,
girl
a child
is
can't go- a child
born.
can't go- No. The pen is lifted from a child.
No, it's not. I can show it to you again. Again,
There's a
I can
hadith
give
that
you a-
verbatim says that the pen is lifted from a child.
So let's see. Let's
Verbatim.
compare. Let's compare, right? I'm going to show you two hadiths.
You already know the
And I'm
hadith.
gonna-
you're gonna bring.
Say what?
I already know the hadith you're gonna bring.
Which one?
The about Aisha saying that this child have never done anything and that he would reach paradise, and the prophet said, you shouldn't judge on that.
Okay. So what about the newborn?
Which one is that? Oh, I don't know about that
Newborn
one.
that is born, the newborn girl.
You know,
1 second.
that she's buried.
Yes.
Well, no, I haven't looked into that one, to be honest.
So this is Sahih. It's Sunan Abi Dawud 4717. It's Sahih 4717. It says, the woman who buries alive her newborn girl and the girl who is buried alive both go to hell. So now we can see that a newborn that knows no sin, has never sinned, will go to hell. So now this child had no sin. Do we agree with that?
Sure, yeah.
Beautiful. So in Islam, children without committing sin can go to hell based on the two hadiths that we talked about now. The one is the birds of paradise, and over here when it talks about the newborn. So what sin would cause this child to go to hell if Allah hasn't already decided that this
Who said
child
that?
is going to
Wait,
hell?
you're not even. Who said that?
Who said what?
Who said God hasn't decided where they're going? You're not even talking.
Again, listen
False
again.
prophet of
Listen
Islam.
again. This is my point again. Who is the one? What sin did this child commit for this child to be sent to hell?
There's divine hikmah behind it. I don't know.
So the
I don't
child
know.
hasn't, and this is what I'm trying to find out, what the hikmah is. So the
I don't know.
child hasn't committed sin, hasn't reached the age when one can commit sin, but can be punished and sent to hell for the sin the child didn't commit, correct?
I don't know. I don't want to answer that without knowing.
But
Get your hikmah, boy.
We read this one and we read the other one, and both of them are confirming what I just said. So
Okay.
again, there's nothing that that child could do to change what Allah already predestined for this child, correct?
And that doesn't negate free will. We're starting for that.
What free will, you muppet, what free will did this
So-
child have?
Okay, yeah. So James, can you tell me the 3 accounts of free will?
My brother,
Yeah, well, I know.
in
you-
this, okay, show me
Compatibilism.
which account of the three fit into this
Compatibilism.
with a little
Compatibilism.
child. Which
Yeah,
one?
compatibilism. Yeah.
Explain,
compatibilism.
explain.
Yeah. There's no negation of free will. I believe determinism and free will are compatible.
So basically,
I couldn't-
you just pick and choose, right?
No, okay, watch this. I'm tired of you. Can God do
tired of
anything?
me?
Yeah, can God
You
do
tired of
anything?
me? Watch your head, man. Says can only go on for so long before I start knocking my head against the wall again. There's no need to request, bro.
Your
You're going
patience,
in
bro.
circles, man.
Wow,
This is
you're
silly.
man, you have patience of a saint, bro.
Because I want these people to hear how these people can't make it make sense. So what do they do now? They'll say up and down. We can choose up when we want and choose down when we want because we can either go up or either go down. So either way, I can go up or down. So it doesn't matter. So I'll ask him, oh, where are you going? I can go up or down. So which one does God send you? Well, he can say up, but I can also believe I can go down. So they try to make it make sense because they know themselves that they have to try to make it make sense, because if we just read it from the Quran, from the Hadiths, it's opposite of what they say. It's the opposite.
But James also he's going to the 3 main accounts of free will. But the problem is that does not exist in Islam. And Ibn Taymiyyah, that he mentioned earlier, Ibn Taymiyyah says if you follow philosophy, you have become a kafir, zindiq. So why is he using philosophy, which is a no-no in specifically Salafi Islam? Wal-iyadu billah. This is amazing stuff. And he wants us to read one hadith like 20 times, maybe 200 times for him to grasp it. He doesn't know about all of this. So why are you coming up if you don't know your religion inside out? So what's the point? First he agrees with Imam Malik, then he disagrees with Imam Malik, and he knows better than Imam Malik. The Mu'tazila were not hunted not for nothing for their belief that the Quran was created and their belief in free will. They were hunted down and unalived.
So I'm trying to find the three. He said there's 3 types in Islam, and I'm going to read.
No,
one-
there is none. He's using philosophy.
So-
There's nothing to do with Islam.
So what I find over here now, guys, notice what it says. It says finite free will, and you must possess a limited free will, which is the ability to make choices set within a framework established by Allah. This is compatible with a person having a menu with a limited number of options. So he knows he has a menu that he can choose from. Then you've got unlimited free will, which is the divine will, and the unlimited free will belongs to Allah. For example, whether you're going to heaven or hell, there's nothing that you can do and you can't change it. But the limited free will he has is whether he wants to join the live or not join the live. And it's selective again. Now notice how they're trying to take the one limited free will and push it over to the other free will. Then the third one is selective versus non-selective actions. And it says the selective actions, it says these are the choices that humans make through their free will. For example, as I said, to join the live or not join the live. This is again up to them whether they want to or not. Then you've got the non-selective actions, and these are events that occur outside of human control. For example, if we look at whether you're going to heaven or hell. So there's certain things that Allah controls. This is why when I'm talking about my topic, asking about the free will of a child, can a child that has no sin, why would that child go to hell if Allah hasn't already decided that the child is going to hell? Let me see, what is your name, sir? Is it Kale?
Abu Hamdi. Just call him Abu.
Abu, how are you, sir?
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Everything is okay.
Lovely.
Yes, I'm listening. Actually, my language is not so fast, so that maybe you cannot understand me well.
You're doing a great
But,
job so far, my brother. Don't worry about that. You're doing well.
Yeah. Yes, I want to clarify some point because you have been discussing now around 20 minutes with those guys who already left. You
agree
mentioned
with them or
about
disagree with
Qadriya.
them?
Yes, just let me to clarify some point. You mentioned about the Qadriya. Before you go to this one, I want to just to clarify about the Qadr. You know Qadr?
Yes, sir.
Qadr. For example,
What is Qadr? What's the equivalent?
are you for example, are
What's the
you
equivalent
know somebody is talking to me?
Are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know what, my friend? Are you know what? Please help me.
So what's the
Yeah,
equivalent
just
word?
I want to clarify it, but somebody is talking so that I will
Yeah.
stop.
Give us an example.
No, he's given an example.
Yeah,
but
I'm
I
going to
really
give
would
you an
like
example,
to know
but-
do you know what the terminology
Somebody
is?
is talking. Somebody is talking so that I
Okay.
stop.
You know what? I'll just shut up myself. Okay.
See?
Shut up, Paul. I want to hear what. Are you noting? Tell
Give
me
an
now.
example.
Okay. For example, are you know what is going to happen for you after 1 hour? Definitely no.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Are
going
you-
to eat a cake because of you.
Yeah, just
Eat an
let
entire
me.
cake because of you Muslims.
Yeah, just leave me to explain this in the clear
Let him explain, guys.
way.
Just give him a chance to explain. He's going to tell us all about
Yes.
what Qadr is.
Sorry, James. Sorry.
Yeah, just a minute. Qadr means the something what you are going to do or what is going to happen to you within entire life for you, for your entire life. For example, after 1 hour, 2 hours, after 2 days, until you die. Okay? This is ilm al-ghib. This is ghib. You cannot know. You cannot know this one.
You,
Okay.
my brother, just one
Yes.
second, Abu.
We
Listen
agree
again.
with this
Abu,
one.
Abu, 1 second. We must have a conversation. Listen now. Do you agree that Allah wrote down everything before you were created?
So that's why I explained this one for you.
Oh my God.
To know what Allah wrote for you, why He is wrote it also. Okay?
Beautiful. But
Because-
do you agree again?
Yeah, just a minute, just a minute, just a minute.
Brother, work with
You know,
me,
this
man. Let's have a conversation, dude. Let's have a conversation. Do you know what that is? Where two people can have a conversation, talking to each other, we're communicating. I'm asking
Okay,
you.
if
I'm
you want, if
asking
you want,
Oh my gosh, dude.
okay, if we want us to conversation about any topic, we have to clarify the point which we are going to discuss about. Allah know your entire life since you're born until your death. What you are going to do exactly, He knows that one. If you agree with this one, okay, we can go to the next step. If you didn't agree,
Abu,
Okay.
the night of the jinn, you know, during the night, it was a long night, bro. I agree, man. It was a very long night.
Just let me to get it back to point here. So you are saying that Allah wrote down everything and He decided. Can you tell me, are you able to change what Allah has written down for you? Abu, you are muted. I know you're still talking. Unmute yourself and then tell me, can you change what Allah has written down for you?
what Allah has written down for you, depending about what you are going to do. What you are going to do, you cannot change it because you are going to do the same what Allah is writing to you, according to what you are going to do.
Okay, stop there. Stop now. Stop. Hima. My turn to Kuluma Bichani. Listen again. So you can't change what Allah has decided for you. If Allah decided that, for example, you are going to eat ice cream, can you change what Allah decided for you?
Allah wrote it what you are going to do. He didn't wrote you something you are going to follow. No, it is not like that. You have to understand this point. Allah, for example, if you watch movie, okay, from starting to the end, if you watch the movie, you know what is going in the movie. If you watch it next times, if somebody asks you, you will say him, this guy will do like this guy will do like this. Allah, according to your live film, He wrote that something for you.
Okay,
Stop.
Listen again now. Here's the simple question for you. If I want to become a Muslim and Allah doesn't will it, if I want to become a Muslim and Allah doesn't will it, can I become a Muslim?
Actually, what it is written for you, according to your willing, before you born, so that you cannot
Answer
say
the
that
question I asked, not the one I didn't ask. My gosh, dude, it's difficult talking to you people, I swear. If I want to become a Muslim, my will is to become a Muslim and Allah doesn't will it. Can I become a Muslim if Allah doesn't will it?
Mister, I will repeat it again. This argument cannot be end like this one. If you
Can
didn't
answer
understand
the question, please.
No, it's not like as you because you ask me questions. The question itself, it is depending on something, or it is depending on concept. It is wrongly totally.
You get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to running like boom shakalaka. You get to where you going, bro? Let's go.
If you didn't understand the qadr, if you didn't understand
let's
ilm
try
al-ghaib.
Let's try again. I just want you to
Don't
answer
try
the
Arabic,
question
bro.
I
You're
asked.
going to insult
not
my.
the one I
Don't use
didn't ask.
Arabic, please. That's not
Last
even
time I'm
Arabic.
gonna
Don't do
ask
that.
you. Last time I'm asking you, Abu. Last time. Can I become a Muslim if Allah doesn't will it? Sorry, Bishop Paul, you can ask, bro. It doesn't
Sure.
seem like it's working.
So, look, you said al-qadar basically is ilm al-ghaib. Is that what you're saying? The qadar and ilm al-ghaib are the same thing, correct?
Yes, you can say that. You can say a part of, but it is deeply. If we
Wait, you're
a
changing
part
them.
of. No. It is not changing. It is the same in the general
Part of.
concept. It's the same.
Okay, so
But if you go deep in the tafsir, you find many different about this one. But
okay,
for the
I
general
want to know
use,
your
you
position.
can see
He backtracked, James. He really, literally backtracked because
you
he
can
said,
use it as the same way.
okay, so let's do this again. Al-Qadr is ilm al-ghaib. That's what I understood from you. Is that correct?
Not 100% like this one. Al-Qadars.
Now it's not 100%.
Yeah. Just let me explain, because it is not easy as you think.
Man,
It
you
is
must
not
be
easy as
careful,
you think.
Abu.
It's
Be
not easy,
careful.
brother.
If you do,
Yeah, it's not easy as you think.
Abu, listen, brother. You must
Brother.
be careful. You must be careful when you backtrack, because when you start doing the moonwalk, just remember that there's only half a moon. You might fall off the edge. So don't backtrack and do moonwalks, because we can smell it a mile away. Try to stick to what you say first. And if you made a mistake, then say, listen, guys, I made a mistake. Let me just do another moonwalk forward back to where I was. You know, I mean, we know that sometimes you say something that's wrong. All we want you to do is admit it instead of changing it mid-sentence. You get me?
Okay, what you said, it is right. 100% right. I'm agree with this one. But if you remember from the beginning, I told you that my language is not so far so that I can explain it 100% for you.
No,
you know,
it's
now
not. I agree, and I appreciate that you're speaking English. I'm not sure what other languages you speak, so maybe if you have another language, we can try to help you. But you're doing a brilliant job.
no. Actually, actually, my mother language is Arabic, but I used to listen to this platform. My language is Arabic, but I used to listen to this platform.
Explain this in
So
Arabic,
that
please.
yes, I speak Arabic.
Okay, explain this in Arabic, please. ما هو القدر?
You can understand Arabic?
Yeah, ما هو القدر? Come on, buddy. Let's not play these games.
يلا.
You said your mother tongue is Arabic.
يلا. القدر هو شيء كتبه الله عليك. كويس؟ ولا يمكن لك أن تتخطاه. ده شيء مقدر خلاص.
You're Sudanese, aren't
القدر
you?
ده
You're Sudanese.
القدر
If that's Arabic, then I don't know what Arabic
Dude, he's from Sudan. Hey, this is Sudanese accent.
Yes, of course.
Sudanese.
Yes, of
Okay,
course.
you're from Sudan. Okay.
Yeah.
So
now you
you're
understand
Sudanese.
what I said? Now you understand what I said?
Yes, I do. So ما هو القدر هو الذي كتبه الله. So if
أيوه كتبه just a minute. خلينا أكمل.
ما راح أكمل. أنا راح أكمل لك. إذا الله كتبه, how do you have free will? So if Allah already written it down, how do you have a free will? That's what we're discussing right now. Where's your free will when Allah katabahu bil qadar? I just don't get it. That's from the way you said it. There's no room for the previous guy. The previous guy had compatibilism. You are just saying that Allah written it in the future. So where's free will in that equation? You can speak now. I muted you so you can understand the question.
Yeah, on top of that, علم الغيب is not qadar. So next time, don't confuse the two. with one another.
يلا ايوه يلا ايوه اوكي. Just now I'm coming to the علم الغيب.
غيب؟
علم
Yeah, علم
الغيب.
الغيب.
علم الغيب.
Dude,
علم الغيب.
You cannot speak.
ايوه
Arabic.
علم الغيب كل الافعال والاقوال التي التي تحدث للانسان وهي في المستقبل، حاجه مستقبليه، يعني حاجه الانسان ما بقدر يعرفها، حاجه مستقبليه. Something you cannot say that surely I'm doing this tomorrow or after 1 year or after 2 years or something like that, or something it can happen to me just with an hour. Okay, this is علم الغيب. دي كلها علم الغيب.
أيوه.
ده علم الغيب. This is علم الغيب. Now you get the difference between علم الغيب and qadr, but slight different, slight common issue between them. A slight common issue between them.
Earlier you said they are same. Now you're tracking.
No,
You're backtracking.
I'm sorry, but Abu, you know, we're going in circles with you. I don't think we're getting anywhere, my man. I'm actually, you know, not paying attention anymore because of what you're saying.
Yeah,
So I'm just gonna say thank you to you, bro, because I don't understand I don't think you understand what you're trying to say, because it doesn't seem as if you are understanding what you're
yeah,
trying
because you know at the first point I told you that let me to explain the first point about the qadr, about the what has been written for you. But
So
you
my
say that
question
no,
again,
no, no.
but that's
we
why
need
I
to
asked you,
discussion.
but you never answered.
Discussion is not
I
like that.
asked you a very simple question. You never answered me. I said, if Allah writes something down for you, can you change what Allah wrote down? You haven't answered that. It's a yes or no. Can you change what Allah decided
yeah.
for you?
You want me to answer what you want me to answer according to your
Thanks for coming, bro.
Oh man. Next time when you come up as a Sudanese or Somali, don't chew on qad before you come again, because you know yeah, that's a type of drugs that they chew on a lot in those areas, you know, and it destroys brain cells. And they
it's
also
definitely from Sudan. Like this is how they speak. Somalis are. But either way, look, he wasn't making a coherent statement. That's the problem with him. It was very incoherent.
that's crazy.
Okay, let's get back to retirement with things that we ran from him. The reason we dropped you retirement is that you're not paying attention, my man. Which I'm trying to actually understand you. I'm trying to actually give you a chance to make it make sense, but then you keep skipping and jumping over the points that we are giving. I just need to understand, do you take the hadiths or not?
Yes, bro. Can I talk to Paul?
You accept? No, don't ask me who you can talk to. You can come over here to talk to certain people. You're listening to me now. Again, I'm saying to you, according to the Quran, it says that everything is ordained by Allah. You have to accept that. It says in Surah 659 that there is not a single leaf that falls without his knowledge. There's neither a grain in the darkness of the earth nor anything fresh or dry that has been recorded in the clear book. It says in Surah 52:27, it says that on everything is ordained before we bring it into being. In Surah 3:145, it says no human being can pass away except by Allah's leave, a term preordained. Now, for you to agree with all these verses, you have to agree with qadr, predestination. Do you agree with that so far?
Yes, I agree. I don't know when I disagree with any of that.
I know, but I'm showing you now. You are adding to it, saying, well, there's 3 types. You can't show me from your Quran that there's 3 types of free will. You guys, your Salafi, have made it up. You made it up. Can you show me by the Quran that you can pick and choose when you have free will?
Wait. What do you? Wait. The 3 accounts of free will, you can't hold to them each like on its own. You pick one and that's it. And the one I pick is compatibilism. What are you talking about?
Only in the Quran where it says you can pick one of the 3, and where in the Quran it says
I pick one of the 3 because that's what the Quran teaches. The Quran teaches.
Watch this. Well, again, let me understand. I read you verses from the Quran does that show that you have a choice in the matter?
No. That right there shows predestination. Yes, I agree.
Beautiful.
But I
So give me
believe that doesn't negate
verses,
free will.
then I'm asking you to give me verses
Okay.
where you can pick and choose.
Okay. So if somebody has a choice, that means free will, correct?
Well, not if it's predetermined.
Right? If somebody has a choice or like a want, that's free will, correct?
Dude, if everything is predetermined, predestined, you have no choice. How do you not see this?
Bro, I believe they're compatible.
So,
You have to
okay,
give
watch
an argument
again.
on why free
Do
will
you
is
agree with your God when he says everything is predestined? Do you agree with him?
Yes.
Okay, if everything is predestined,
I
everything,
answered this already. I
there's
originate
nothing
the
that you
action.
can do to change anything, correct?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so what can you change now that you're saying that you can?
I never said you can change. What are you talking about?
When you have free will, can you change what Allah has decided?
No. I believe I have a
Go against
limited
what
free
Allah
will.
has decreed.
I believe I have a limited free will, and whatever God wrote, can I go up?
Are you
What?
an Ash'ari then? Are you an Ash'ari?
No, I'm an Athari.
And what?
Athari.
Okay, then why are you using an Ash'ari view? Yeah, kafir.
Whoa.
That's
Do- do-
Ash'ari belief, yeah, kafir.
Okay, watch this.
According
can-
to you,
okay.
Atharis, Ash'aris are not even from Ahlul
Yeah,
Sunnah
yeah.
wal
Yeah,
Majaa.
but-
Not
okay.
Ahlul Sunnah and Majaa. That's the correct name, by the way.
Okay.
So you're not even an Ash'ari, but you're using an Ash'ari view. Yeah, kafir,
really?
yeah, wanna be Ash'ari. Why are you
Oh,
doing that?
really? Okay.
Why?
So, Rob,
No, hold on. If you're an Athari, why are you using Ash'ari view?
yeah, can you prove that? Can Rob? Can you tell
Are you
me the
okay,
distinct-
bro?
Wait, watch this.
I can teach you your religion,
Okay,
Abdul.
okay.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Okay,
I can
I'm-
teach you your religion.
Okay. So, Rob, can you tell me the distinction between my view-
Unbelievable.
Okay. You see, yeah. So, Paul, the Asharis believe when you originate and creating, they don't make a distinction. They believe this is the same. They believe God originate and create the action. You bozo. I don't believe that. The Athari position is that we originate our actions, but God creates it and brings it into existence. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't.
So can I just ask you this?
Wait, no.
Is your God a well, let me see.
You believe this, by the way, too.
Say
You believe
again?
this, by the way. Yeah, you
I
believe
know
God
what
bring
you're
your
saying, bro.
you believe God brings your actions into existence. You believe this too.
Do I?
Yeah. Wait,
Thanks for telling me what I believe.
okay.
Thank you. So
Yeah,
now
Paul,
again,
you
I'm asking you.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, what's the
asking.
question?
Does your God wait for an action to happen first before he decides?
No. Yeah, I just told you God knows this is going to happen, so he does. So he writes it. So
Okay,
why
good.
is God? Where do you come to that God's waiting for you to do this?
Okay, I'm just
Oh,
trying
yeah,
brother,
okay,
because I
okay.
tell you, you're jumping back and forth. I still
Okay.
don't understand your position because you still
If-
haven't shown me.
if you don't let
Again,
Paul-
stop talking and listen.
Okay.
Give me a verse in the Quran that agrees with you.
Okay, so stop telling Rob to interrupt me.
When did I tell Rob to interrupt you?
I'm telling you to stop telling him. You don't like me jumping around, but you let him to dictate the conversation. So when
My
I go
brother.
to him and then I go back to you,
It's
you have a
okay, it's
problem. but
okay,
him.
it's okay. Just go to the
now
verse,
it's okay.
please, my
Now it's
brother.
okay.
Just go to the verse. I'm asking you for a verse, please. Where in your Quran does it agree with you? Why are we doing this, guys? Tomorrow, my new topic is going to be contradictions in the Quran. Quran tradictions. Next topic, contradictions in the Quran. We're going to go through them and see maybe there are, maybe there aren't any. We'll get Muslims to help us understand if there are or if there's not. Because remember what the Quran claims. If there are
548.
hang on, brother, 1 second. If there are many contradictions in the Quran, then it can't come from Allah. So the next topic is going to be Quran tradictions. You said what verse, brother?
Yeah, 548. Paul, can I please talk to you, bro? Because like you like I didn't even have to name the three account for of free will and you knew it. Like I want this conversation to be fruitful. At least.
Paul heard you, man, and he jumped. He
No,
just
yeah,
muted
okay.
himself. He just was like,
Yeah.
no way. So in 548, what is the context of 548? Just so we get there.
What?
What is the context of 548?
Oh, about the revelation of God's book.
Okay, so from 543, It's talking about the confirmation of what the Christians and Jews have. And what the Christians and Jews have is guidance, judgment, and light. And they must all use those books to judge and use as guidance and use as light, correct?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So this is confirming that the Christians have the true book and they must use it. All these verses are null and void. So in 548 it says, and we reveal to you the book in truth, confirming that which preceded it of the scripture as a criterion over it, which it doesn't say that. To judge between them as by what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their inclinations away from what, I don't know, you keep jumping in there. I'm not sure whether I should stop or whether you got a point to make.
No, keep going. Oh, sorry.
Okay. What did I say? So judge between them by what Allah has revealed, and do not follow their inclinations away from what has come to you of the truth. To each we have prescribed a law and a method. Had Allah willed, he would have made you one nation or one religion, but to test you in what he has given you. So race to do good, to Allah is your return, and altogether we will return. And altogether we will inform you concerning that over which you used to differ. So, what is the
beautiful
verse?
ayat? Yeah. So, can you see where free will is granted here or no?
No.
Oh no. So when it says to judge between the books, how is that not free will right there?
Because he's already ordained it. He's telling you to judge.
No, yeah, but that's what's in question. Yeah, but that's
he's
in
telling
question.
you
I
to
believe.
judge. He's telling you that. Listen to what it also says. Had he willed, he could have made you one religion. Had he willed, not all of us.
But what happened? But what happened? What's the next verse after that? Why are you stopping right there?
Well, I'm just saying that he would have made you one religion.
Can you read the next verse?
I'm reading. He says he would have made you one religion, one nation.
But what's the next verse?
You mean the next 249?
No. Oh, so now we're being disingenuous.
You said next verse, must I say?
No.
249.
Next sentence.
You mean the next sentence? There we go.
Sorry.
No worries. So it says he could have made you one nation, but to test you in what he has given you. So race to do good, to Allah is your return. Yeah,
of course, yeah. So he's testing you on what?
Oh my gosh, oh my Lord.
Testing you to do what?
Oh my Lord.
Oh my God. James, can I ask you questions now?
Sure, man.
So James, I'm gonna ask 5 questions. Can God do anything logically possible? Yes or no?
Yes.
Can God come down as a man?
Yes.
Can God write a book?
Yes.
Can God write everything you're going to do from tomorrow? Matter of fact, do you have a daughter? Never mind. Can God write everything you're going to do tomorrow? Yes or no? Yeah. Is God forcing you to do this? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, so anything that God...
No, hang on, stop again. Stop. My turn.
Wait, no, I'm not done.
My turn. Hang on. Watch this.
You just conceded.
Watch this. This is in Christianity. This is in my religion, Christianity. In your religion, watch this. In your religion, if Allah has written down that you are going to pass away tomorrow,
I'm going to be unalive tomorrow.
Stop and listen.
Oh, sorry.
Can you change what Allah has written down for you tomorrow?
No, and according to you, you couldn't either. Well, everything that God wrote.
I told you there's a difference between predestination and foreknowledge, which hasn't entered your brain yet. Listen again.
Okay. So can I finish?
Yeah, dude, shut it, dude. Listen, this is my question again. Can I become a Muslim in Islam if Allah doesn't will it?
No. You already conceded, by the way.
So again, if Allah doesn't will it, I cannot do anything. He has to will it first, correct?
Well, you believe this too, and whoever.
Oh my gosh, dude! Thanks for coming, bro. Mind your head.
Oh, run it.
Okay.
You believe this.
It's okay. Yeah,
you're running.
Thanks for coming, bro. Thanks for coming. This is just getting more and more difficult. The difference, for those that don't know, the difference is in Islam. For example, when it came to Adam, the God of Islam created Adam sinless, caused him to sin, Adam had no say in the matter because he had no free will in the matter. According to Islam, Adam was caused to sin because Allah wanted him to sin. It's not because Adam wanted to sin. And Adam couldn't change that because Allah decided he was going to sin. Just like every single one of us. There's nothing that we can do. I cannot become a Muslim because Allah hasn't decreed it just yet. He has already made me who I am. And as the verse says, when it says in this verse, it says, had Allah willed, had he willed, we could have been one religion, but he doesn't make this will because he wants us each to judge according to what he gave us. And what he gave us is the Torah and the Injil. And if he corrupted the Torah and the Injil, then we are going to hell because of what he did. I'm not sure if you Muslims actually understand what your Quran is actually teaching. How is it not possible for you guys to see this? This is what Islam is actually saying to us, that there's nothing we can do because Allah says, according to the Quran, that he has predestined everything.
Shut up, you fucking bitch. There is no God, you fucking silly. You believe in that crap? Fuck you.
Thank you so much for sharing that, my man. Thank you so much. I need to just give you a quick timeout. Where are you? If someone can find her and block her. We apologize, TikTok. This is not the type of intentions that we have. 7, you either come up or be quiet, bro. So in fact, let me do this because I'm tired of you. You never come up. You just keep crying in the chats. Let me send you on your merry way. Guys, we don't want this type of language. Muslims, we are trying to understand Islam. And this is your chance to do dawah. Please, guys, don't come up with this type of music, please. Music with this type of language. I don't accept it. I don't want to have it on my live. I'm actually trying my best to be a better communicator with the Muslims. And I did see what DJ wrote. DJ, thank you for that. If there are Muslims, please, Muslims request. If there's any Muslim that wants to come up and have a conversation, Muslims, please request. Sasha, God bless you.
God bless you guys. About the question of the predestination in Islam, I read somewhere, but now I cannot recall it from where. Could be from Mutta Malik. Rob Christian, he could find it because he's Arabic speaker. So basically it said, if anybody tells you that person who get, for example, unalived today could prevent this guy who said that is an infidel.
Yeah, he showed it to us.
So basically, yeah. So this is like addition because this guy said that Rob didn't bring proper definition of predestination. It's literally written in their books. If, for example, somebody unalive somebody, and if anybody will tell you that, for example, this person who get unalive could prevented it and live 1 day longer, he's jahil, he's, I don't know, ignorant, he's kufar, whatever. So that's the point, actually. That's like small addition to this.
Well, Sasha, I showed him the book and he said, after reading it, because he never saw that book before or he never heard of that hadith before, he said, you changed it. He said literally that I changed it. I gave him the page number and he said that I changed it. Then finally, when we read it like 10 times, he agreed with it. Then he disagreed again with Imam Malik. And he said Imam Malik doesn't know what he's talking about. So yeah. So Imam Malik, the Mufti of Medina, the founding father of the Maliki Sunni school, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Let me give a quick shout out, guys, for those that are not on the YouTube channel. All this is live and uncut on YouTube. So you guys, even the Muslims, can go back if we said something wrong or we did something wrong. It's on YouTube right now. So it's called The Agents 007. The Agents 007 on YouTube. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and share. Even you Muslims, share and show other people that we are able to have many different topics on different, from different angles, showing you guys that we are able to read what your Muslims have given us. You Muslims say to us, read. We started reading. That was the biggest mistake you said. Biggest mistake was to tell us to read. So please, if you can, guys, just to support, go to my bio. You can go find the link for the YouTube. Follow me on the YouTube and clip as much as you want, share as much as you want, and all I ask is just add me to it so we can, so I can see where it's going and be part of it. I really appreciate that. For those that would like to buy me a coffee, it's a donation. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. The money will go towards not just the stuff I need to continue these lives, but also I'm going to South Africa in about 2 weeks, and I will be helping poor people and those in need. So all the gifts, especially the TikTok gifts, all guaranteed go to people in need. The money as the donation will just be to whoever I can, whatever I can just use for equipment. But again, I said this before, I'll say it again. The people that I do help, I'm not a Muslim, so I will not ask anybody if they are Muslim or Christian. If I see someone in need, then I will help them in need. Just so you know that. I don't get rich off this. I'm not like Ali Dawah and Hamza, the scammers, and like Circle Coward, what's his name? I forget his name. All these people that are cowards and ask you for, bring me $20,000, and then the next minute it's like, oh, I reached it. Make it 50. No, make it 80. I'm not asking for that. I'm just saying if you guys can, and if you don't, you don't. It's fine. It's all good. We're always helping people as much as we can. And I come from a place that's really poor. So I'm just saying, I don't make these videos where you see me going to a person sitting in the street and, trying to make money and, get views and stuff. That I think is bad. I would rather do it in the silence, because, these people are going through enough as it is. It's more embarrassing than to film them and saying to them, oh, let me put you on TikTok or whatever. We don't do this. This is not who I am. So I wouldn't do that. Just so you know that.
James, I want to add something. The problem is with these people, the people like Retirement, who change their stance every second. First, he claims to be an Athari. Then he takes the Ash'ari view that they believe in a limited free will, right? Limited free will, which is an Ash'ari belief and not an Athari belief. On top of that, they will also go to verses like chapter 256, that there is no compulsion in religion, so you have free will to choose which religion you want. But the problem is, this Retirement guy who needs to retire, he doesn't know about abrogation, because Muhammad claimed then in chapter 9, ayah 5, fight, unalive. So which means, according to the scholars, chapter 9, ayah 5 abrogated chapter 256, there is no compulsion in religion. It's abrogated. So that goes out again, the free will of choosing your own religion. It's abrogated. So all of these ayahs about, what you can do, what you want to do, a peace, choosing which religion, it's all abrogated, because Allah can change his mind by abrogating himself. Allah uses the goat of Aisha and abrogates what he said earlier.
Okay, guys, if there's any Muslims, we've got enough Christians up here. If there's any Muslims that want to continue this conversation, do you have free will in Islam? Which I think is, we haven't been able to prove otherwise so far. Retirement, brother, you've had your chance to. You're not paying attention, so thank you for coming. All I'm saying is that it's funny how we, as Christians, so far are reading that the Quran is confirming there is no free will in Islam, that I cannot become a Muslim if Allah doesn't will it, that Allah says that everything is ordained, and this is exactly why you Muslims will say inshallah, because it is by the will of Allah, not by your will. I don't see you saying insha Rob Christian, because you can't say that, because it's not by the will of Rob Christian, it's by the will of Allah, inshallah. This is why you guys say it, because it means if Allah wills it. If Allah wills it. So you guys have nothing to say, nothing to add, because it's not up to you. It is again by the will of Allah. And all these verses that I went through, I want to read a hadith for you guys, because I said to the guy earlier about the hadith where Muhammad was asked a question. whether he believes in predestiny, right? Now I want you guys to listen again. This again is Sahih Muslim, and it says, Abu al-Aswad reported that Imran bin Hussein asked him, what is your view what the people do today in the world and strive for? Is it something decreed for them or preordained for them, or will their fate in the hereafter be determined by the fact that their prophets brought them teaching which they did not act upon? I said, of course, it is something which is predetermined for them and preordained for them. He said, then would it be unjust to punish them? Now I'm going to just break it down for you guys so far. Still more to go. In this hadith, they are saying, well, why do we need prophets? Why do we need teachers? Why do we need anyone to come to us if everything is already predestined, preordained? Predestined, preordained. Look what else it says. I felt greatly disturbed because of that. Let me just see. Someone is requesting, Lehman, let me read this, please, and then I'll bring you up. But pay attention to this, and then when you come up, answer this. Tell me about this. So it said, I felt greatly disturbed because of that and said, everything is created by Allah and lies in His power. He would not be questioned as to what He does, but they would be questioned. Thereupon He said to me, may Allah have mercy upon you. I did not ask you but for testing your intelligence. The two men of the Muzayna came to Allah's messenger and said, Allah's messenger, now pay attention guys, Allah's messenger, what is your opinion that the people do in the world and strive for? Is it something decreed for them, something preordained for them, and will their faith in the hereafter be determined by the fact that their prophets brought them teachings which they did not act upon, and thus they became deserving of punishment? Again, they're asking, if it's predetermined, then why do we need prophets? Why do we have anyone coming? Look what Muhammad said. Muhammad said, thereupon Allah's messenger said, Muhammad said, of course it happens as it is decreed by destiny and preordained for them. And this view is confirmed in the view in the verse of the book of Allah. Consider the soul and Him who made it perfect, then breathed into it its sin and piety. So who blew the sin into man? Allah blew the sin into man. That is from Surah 91, 7 and 8. 91, 7 and 8. This hadith is confirming that we have no need for any prophets. Zero need for prophets. Why? Because the Quran tells us that everything is already preordained, predestined. Do you guys see this?
James, I want to add something to what is being said in the chat, if you don't mind, brother. You know, retirement, you are truly fitting your name. Retirement says that the Qadariya were people who rejected divine predestination. That's true, but why are you not finishing it? They also believed in absolute free will. That's why Imam Malik said we should put them to the sword. Ya miskeen, like ya Jahil ibn Jahil, like ya Ibn al-Mut'a. Why are you not finishing what their true belief? Yes, they rejected divine predestination, but they believed in absolute free will. And that's why Imam Malik said we should them. Like tfu alayk wa tfu ali jabak, ya Ibn al-Mut'a.
Lima, how are you? Lehman.
Hello, I'm good. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Sounds as if you're in the toilet, bro.
No, I'm not in the toilet. My house is just echoing.
Oh, I'm just okay, man. Are you a Muslim?
Yes.
Okay, do you agree that you Okay, what is your stance on the free will?
Yeah, so I think that if by free it's meant, what is meant is independent of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will, then humans don't have it.
Beautiful. So when you, with the hadith I just read now, where
Yeah.
Muhammad said that, because the people said, why are we being punished for something that is already decreed for us? Why are we being punished? It says that there's no need for prophets. It says, is their fate in the hereafter determined by the prophets that brought them teachings? And it's saying, no, it's not. It's Allah that decides. So you don't actually need prophets, messengers, or warners in Islam, because Allah already decided what people are going to do and whether they're going to be believers or disbelievers. So do you believe that based on this hadith, that everything is predetermined and there's nothing that you can do to change what Allah has decreed?
Are you reading Sahih Muslim 2650?
1 second, I'll tell you now. It could be, I'm not sure. Just give me a second. 2:6, yes, that's right.
Okay, so the part of the hadith where they go to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you want I can read it. فقال يا رسول الله أرأيت ما يفعل الناس اليوم ويكدحون فيه شيء قضي عليهم وقضى فيهم من قدر قد سبق أو فيها أو فيما
I get you, my brother. I don't understand Arabic, so you just wanted to me to get to the point?
Yeah. So the hadith is not insinuating that prophets shouldn't come. I don't know where you're getting that from.
Well, they asked the question because they said, the people are saying, sorry, they said, let me just find it. It says, what is your view, what the people do in the world today and strive for? Is it something decreed for them or preordained for them? Or will their fate in the hereafter be determined by the fact that their prophets brought them teachings which they did not act upon?
Mm-hmm.
So the question over here is, if the prophets brought them teachings and they didn't act upon it, that has nothing to do with what Allah has already decreed for them, correct?
No.
Okay, then make it make sense for me.
Yeah, so is it something, so they're asking something preordained for them and their will in the hereafter. So this is not an or, this is an and. They're saying, is it or preordained because they rejected their prophets?
It isn't or, it says or. It says, is it preordained, or will their faith in the hereafter be determined by the fact that the prophets brought
Are you
them
looking at
teachings?
sunnah.com or where are you looking?
I'm on sunnah.com.
It doesn't say or, it says something preordained for them and will their fate in the hereafter be.
There's only one way to double check that, my brother.
Yeah.
There's only one way for this to double check that.
No, not there, the bottom part where they come to the prophet.
Oh yeah, but do you agree that over here it does say that?
Is it something
Read
preordained?
read the first part and see what it says.
Oh, okay, you're reading the beginning part where the two companions are out talking to each other?
That's right.
No, I was reading the part where
Yeah.
they're asking the prophet himself.
I'm just see there. So it says, hereby be determined by the fact that their prophets brought them teachings which they did not act upon, and thus became deserving of punishment. Is that where you're at?
Yeah. That's
But hang on, this is talking about something else. This is saying that they didn't listen to the prophets, and because they didn't listen to the prophets, they became deserving of punishment. So
Correct.
this and that agree with me.
Yeah. So for example, everything is part of the qadr. And part of the qadr is that prophets come, and then if the prophets are accepted, then part of the qadr is that they get reward.
Okay, so here's my
And
question
if
for you,
they-
my brother. Here's
part
my
of the
question.
qadr is, yeah, go ahead.
If Allah has written down, do you agree that Allah writes down everything before you're born?
Yes, however, the writing may change because the writing is creation.
What? The writing
Yeah.
is so Allah. Hang on a second. Hang on. So when Allah writes down, when someone is born, before they're born, Allah sends an angel and orders him to write 4 things: his provision, his age, and whether he will be a sinner or not a sinner, or how much he's going to sin. And then it says, Then it says, then the soul is breathed into him. So first the writing is written down, correct?
Where?
With Allah.
I know.
Where do you think it's
Is that
written down? Do you think it's
creation?
written down and sent to earth?
Yeah. So is that writing down? If you know about like the first thing that's created is the pen and the tablet, and then everything is written down. Are you familiar with this?
Again, I want you to see where your mistake is, because according to the hadith it says, and Allah sends an angel and orders him to write down 4 things. His provision.
Right. So is writing
he's going to be
the
blessed.
idea of writing is a creation, right? Like the things that are written, like
My
the
man,
fact of
okay, watch
writing.
this. When Allah writes, when Allah gets the angels to write, are they writing it on earth or in paradise with Allah, or wherever Allah is?
We don't know. It may be anywhere.
Okay, can you show me a copy of your one?
No.
So then it's not with you?
No, I don't have it. I mean, I haven't read it.
Have you met anyone in history that has what the angels have written down?
I don't know. I don't know anyone
Exactly.
that has.
So obviously it's not on earth with us, it's with Allah, correct?
And so?
Again, so if it's written down and Allah has it, listen to what it says. So Allah gets them to write it before you are created, and then the soul is breathed into him. So then the soul is breathed into him. And by Allah, a person among you may do the deeds of the people of the fire, meaning you will become a sinner, you will be sinning, you will sin. And then it says, till there is only a cubit or an arm breadth distance between him and the fire. But then that writing which Allah has ordered the angels to write precedes. So you are a sinner your entire life, but Allah decided that you are going to heaven, to paradise. You are a sinner your entire life, and then what Allah has written down precedes, and he does the deeds of the people of paradise. So he's a sinner his entire life, but Allah decided he's going to paradise before he was born. Therefore, the writing precedes, and he does the good deeds of the people of paradise and enters it. Same with a man that does the deeds of the people of paradise, meaning he's a good man. His entire life, until there is only a cubit or an arm length between him and paradise, then the writing precedes, and he does the deeds of the people of the fire and enters it. So according to this hadith, Sahih Bukhari again, Allah has decided and written down, for example, that I am going to paradise. And I may be the worst sinner in history, but Allah already wrote down that I am going to paradise. And on just before I kick it, right at the end of my life, I start doing good stuff, and then I go to paradise. Because I was created for paradise. Like your Quran says, 179, I think it is, that Allah created many of the jinn and mankind for hellfire. If Allah created you for hellfire, that's your destination. That's where you're destined for. Do you agree with Allah so far?
So, yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you for what you're reading. So let me explain the position. Can I explain the position overall?
Sure.
Okay. So there's 4 aspects of Qadr. Okay. 1 is that Allah has created everything. 2 is that Allah knows everything. 3 is that Allah decides everything. This is known as Mashi'atul Hurriya, or Iradatul Muqayyad, meaning the decision of Allah that is eternal, that determines all things. And then there's the writing, right? Now, the writing is not Allah, okay? Allah is the Khaliq and Alim and Fa'alu lima yasha. He Fa'alu lima yurid. So he's 3 things. He creates everything, he knows everything, he decides everything. Now, the writing originates from his decision. So his decision is eternal, and with his decision, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates the pen and the tablet. And, some people, some scholars, they say 50,000 years before the creation of the heavens and the earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wrote down everything. But that writing is a creation. may potentially change. It may not change.
Stop there
It
for a
depends
second.
on what
I'm
Allah.
sorry to jump in. I'm sorry. You said that
Mhm.
you said Allah's will is eternal, correct?
Yeah. So the decision.
So when
would
Allah
become-
writes down what He wills, if Allah writes down what He wills, because He's not
Yeah.
writing down stuff just to write down stuff. He's writing something
right.
that He wills, right?
No. So yeah, just to clarify there. So for example, someone can write something down as he wills, and he can will that something is going to happen, and then he wills that that thing is going to cause the writing. He's going to erase and write something new. So the creation can change. We have no problem with that.
No.
And
hang
the
on.
right.
I apologize. I've got to stop you. I'm sorry. If Allah knows all things, let's say Allah
He does.
knows all things, right? You said there's three things. Of any of the three things that He knows, if He writes down what He knows, for example, if He predestined something to happen and He writes it down, you saying that although it's predestined and it's about and it will happen, even though He writes it down, what He wrote down can change?
So okay. I said four things. I didn't say three. So can you tell me the
mentioned
four
three.
things?
Okay, but yeah, you said go on.
Four. Yeah. So the qadr is comprised of four things. The fact that Allah has created everything, the fact that Allah knows everything, that He's decided everything. This is specifically the
So
decision.
those are the two. Sorry, jump in again. The two. Allah knows everything, Allah decided everything. If Allah decided everything, one second, if Allah decided everything and He writes down what He decided, if Allah writes down what He decided, can that change?
Yeah, the writing. Okay, so for example, the world is what He decided. The world can change. The creation can change.
Again,
There's no problem.
if Allah decided something, Allah decided that you are going to hell, is that an eternal decision?
Yes.
Okay. If Allah writes down His eternal decision, He writes down His eternal decision,
He doesn't
can the
necessarily
writing
always
change?
So He doesn't necessarily write down His eternal decision.
Oh my gosh. So what does He write down? It's like maybe, maybe not?
No. Yeah, the writing, it confuses many people. That's okay. What I think the issue that you have
the
is
first time any Muslim has said Allah writes down something, but he's got an eraser up there, he's got Tipex up there, he just opens up. Yeah, hang on a second. My man Lee Man over here, he seems to be doing a good job. Let me just Tipex that out. Let me rewrite on top of that, or let me get an eraser, rub it out, and just rewrite it. Or does he tear out the page and get a new book and start writing again? Do you realize how silly you sound right now, my man? I mean that respectfully. That is such a reach. It's actually crazy that your God now has His own Tipex and eraser where He can just remove what He wrote and then change what He thought.
Why not? Why can't He do that?
Because then it shows that your God is a reactive God. He's not an active God. He reacts to situations.
He's inconsistent, and that makes Him not God, because God does not change His mind.
Do you believe that your God reacts?
Not particularly, not to the creation.
Okay, so again, if He doesn't react, then He is confident of what He knows is going to happen.
It depends on what you mean. If you mean that something surprises Allah, then no. If you mean that actions have consequences, then yes.
No, I didn't talk about actions and consequences. I'm saying that according to what you just said now, right? I'm just listening to what you said. You said your God is a reactionary God because He may write something down and has to erase it, change it, so that He can make it fit into His narrative again, because what He wrote down may not be what is going to happen. So your God then is not all-knowing. He reacts to what people are doing and saying.
Right. So did you catch the four things that I said?
Yes, but you haven't got to the fourth one, because you said God knows everything. You said God decides everything.
Yeah.
And then you didn't get to the fourth one.
You just said two things. So He created everything, right?
Yep.
Those are three. And the fourth one is that He wrote down everything, but the writing is not eternal. It's not God.
So, okay, again, stop for a second. Are the other three God?
So those things are the, you could say they're from the attributes of God.
Okay, so hang on a second. The attribute of writing, is that an attribute of Allah?
No.
So Allah had to learn how to write.
Sorry, no, that's not an attribute. What we mean is like sifat, like khaliq, alim, has, you know, the one who has an attribute of decision, like hakim, stuff like that, right? So those come from the attributes. Now Allah, He chooses to act in creating the writing, and that's okay. But anyway, I think that your point still stands, because I still believe that God has eternally predetermined everything based on His decision, right? So that's okay.
So then that's why my
No,
question
but-
to you is this. Here's my question again. Can
Go
I
ahead.
become a Muslim if Allah doesn't will it?
No.
No. So I don't have free will to become a Muslim. It's by the will of Allah, correct?
Absolutely, yes.
Beautiful. So then when you saying that you have free will, or you said you have free will, in what
I didn't say
aspect do you have free will?
I didn't say that.
Do you don't believe you have free will?
If by free you mean independence from Allah, then no.
Okay. So you have no free will independent of Allah. So Allah has determined everything in your life then, correct?
That's correct.
So then you have no free will.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Lovely. So then you agree with me. Free will in Islam is an illusion. People think that they need prophets, they need the Quran, they need all this, that, and the other. They don't, because Allah has already predetermined whether people are going to be good or bad. And He doesn't even need Satan, because he is the one that guides and misguides. He's the one that pushes people to commit sin, like Adam. Adam knew no sin. Allah caused him to sin, punished him for sinning when Iblis wasn't even there. So I agree with you now, because what you are saying, without knowing that you're saying this, you are saying that there's no need for Quran, Injil, Torah, even Zabur. There's no need for the prophets. There's no need for anything other than Allah, because Allah writes down whether you're going to be good or bad and punishes you according to His will. So do you see that?
Yeah, so I think you're starting to get what I'm saying, yeah. Which is that Allah has no need. Allah Hus Samad, which means that Allah is independent of all things. So you're right, He doesn't need anything in the
So
creation.
why would you
Samad was an
follow a
idol. Don't go
God?
there.
So why would you follow a God that causes you to sin, gives you sin, and punishes you for making you sin? Tell me that. Why would you follow a God? Because you don't know today if you are one of the lucky ones that's going to heaven or whether you're going to hell. Your God decides it for you. And He says that He is the one that is His will. So why would you follow a God that does the job of Satan?
Sorry, this is a leading question. Why would you follow a God that does the work of Satan?
What is the job of Satan?
You tell me.
To lead people astray, correct?
Is it?
I don't know. You tell me. What do you think Satan does? Gives you a party? What do you think Satan does? He leads you astray. And by going astray, he's sending you to hellfire, correct?
I got you. So the thing that demarcates Satan, or that kind of tells the essence of what Satan is he's in rebellion to God.
And what does rebellion cause you to do?
It causes you to be misguided and to go to the hellfire.
According to the Quran, who is the one misguiding?
The ultimate guider and misguider is Allah.
Beautiful. So tell me, if I took Allah out of the picture, out of Islam, out of all the books, out of everything, do you still believe that your God will lead, guide, and misguide?
If you take Allah out?
No, if I take Shaitan out of Islam, I take Shaitan, I throw him out of Islam, out of your religion, out of every book in the world, would Allah still lead people astray?
Yeah, so Allah is the source of all
Boom,
guidance and
shakalaka,
misguidance.
checkmate. So your God
Sorry.
doesn't need Shaitan. He leads people astray because He wants to lead people astray. He puts people in hell because He wants to put people in hell. You don't need Islam. You don't need Shaitan in Islam, according to what you're saying, because your God will do that job perfectly for him.
Correct. Yes.
Now, why follow this religion if you're never sure as to where you are going to end up?
Well, the problem is his prophet didn't know what Allah will do to him, and he commanded him in Surah Al-Ahqaf to also say to the Sahaba, I don't know what will happen to me. and neither do you what will happen to you. And then the scholars tried to make sense out of it, and they said this ayah is abrogated, so Allah changed his mind and took it back.
I'm just trying to understand you, Lee, man. You're following a religion where the God of your religion does the job of Satan, where it doesn't need anything else, man. I'm just trying to understand you, my man. Why follow the God of Islam, who is the one that does the job of Satan?
Yeah, so like I said, that's because God is the one that creates everything, knows everything, decides everything, and writes everything.
Now why does Allah change his mind every second? And you Muslims said it means abrogation. How can Allah abrogate himself? How is that a God? How is that a consistent God? First he says A, then later he says B, within just 22 years. First he said A, and later he said B or C. Oh, you know what? I will send down the same ayah, and sometimes I will send a different ayah that is better than it, which doesn't make any sense. You know why? Because God, a real God, is consistent and he doesn't change his mind. Unlike your Allah, who is not God, it's a man. Your Allah is actually Muhammad.
Let's get him to land first, Rob. I think he's actually seeing what you're saying is 100% nail on the head. But I think that to be Lehman right now and still be a Muslim is to ignore what Rob Christian just provided and ignore what we've just established. So Lehman, the only way you can continue being a Muslim and being, hiding from what we've just said is by putting your head in the sand and pretending it doesn't exist. And my question still stands. Why would you follow a God that does the job of Satan?
God is the one that does everything.
Yes, I'm asking again. Why follow a God that does the job of Satan? Because again, you agree with me that there's no need for Satan in Islam because Allah has already decided whether he's sending you to heaven or hell.
Yeah, let's simplify the question so it's not as loaded. What is the job of Satan that you're referring to? Misguidance?
Leading people astray, which sends them to hell.
Yeah. So misguidance, right?
Yep.
So why would you follow a God that misguides? That's what you're saying?
Well, that's part of it, yes, because misguidance takes you to hell, correct?
Yeah, and punishes. Let's just say, right? Why would you follow a God that misguides and punishes? This is Allah. He misguides and he punishes, right? So I don't get it. What's the problem? If you follow him, he's going to reward you and guide you.
How do you know that he's going to reward you when he has written down already whether you or me are going to hell or to paradise? As we just read, there's nothing that you can do that can change it, because he already decided before we were created whether we're going to heaven or hell. It's predestined, it's predetermined, it's written down in stone, and what he has decided we can't change. This again is my question, my brother. Again, I don't think you're getting the question. The question is, you are following a God that you have no idea where he's sending you, and yet you one of those, you're not allowed to gamble in Islam, and yet you're gambling with your salvation with this God because you don't know where you're going to end up.
So it sounds like you're very familiar with Islamic theology. You're aware that whoever dies a believer is promised heaven, yes?
And
Can I just step in? Can I just step in 1 second?
Jay, one
Sorry,
second.
sorry.
Jay, wait, hang on. Do you believe that Christians and Jews are believers?
It depends. If they are before the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, then yes, probably.
What about me?
What
about me? I'm a Christian. Do you think
Are you familiar with the Prophet Muhammad and the Quran?
Of course I am, and I can see that they're both false and lying. So now, if I had to use your Quran calls me a believer. Your Quran says that because I have the Torah and the Injil with me, I am a believer.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, what?
According to the Quran, right? The Quran says that the Christians and Jews have the Torah and Injil, and as long as they use and follow the Torah and Injil, then they are believers. Correct?
No, not really. I don't think that you're following the Torah or the Injil.
Okay, so then your God is a liar when he says that we have the Torah and the Injil with us.
Not really. That doesn't really say that. But
Well, again, I don't want to go. Listen, I don't want to go away from the topic.
Are you trying to ask if I think that you're a believer or a disbeliever? That's your question, right?
But no, but let's stick over here. I don't want to go on another trip because that's a whole different topic. Because you again will be proving the Quran to be false again. But right now, when it comes to the illusion of free will, you've actually agreed that it is an illusion, that we don't need shaitan, that Allah is enough to either guide or misguide and send us to hell for his misguidance. Just 1 second, Liban. I just want to ask Jay Smile, are you a Muslim?
Sorry, yes, I am.
Do you agree or disagree with my brother above you?
I only heard the last couple of minutes of the conversation. Can you just summarize what his point is?
Well, he believes that there's no need for shaitan in Islam because Allah is the one doing the guiding and the misguiding, sending you to hell because he does the work of Satan, your Allah, in the Quran. Not only that, we read the hadith, where the hadith tells us clearly where Muhammad is having a conversation with these men, and he says clearly to them that according to Islam, there's no need for prophets, messengers, or even warners. Because according to this hadith, you don't need prophets, messengers, or warners because already Allah has predestined or predetermined where people are going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Can I read the hadith for you, Jay, and then you can understand?
Can I have the reference to that hadith? Because I haven't read it. I'm not going to claim to know the hadith. So
not a problem. Give me a second.
But here's a question, right? So your prompt was quite an interesting one, and straight away there was a first initial thought that came to my head, and you said the illusion of free will in Islam. So just out of interest, you don't need to tell me which country you live in, but do you live in a democratic country?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have freedom of speech in your country?
Yes.
And you have freedom of movement in your country, i.e. you can
Muslim 2650.
Sahih Muslim
2650.
Okay, I'm not going to read it now, but I've made a note of it. So you have freedom of movement in the country.
My man, I understand where you're going because you're not the first one to ask this. You're not the first one to ask this.
We've got to break
this. This is totally separate to the topic.
When I'm breaking my point down, I've got to.
I know that, but there's another illusion you're going to show me.
Exactly right. So what I'm saying is that freedom or free will, whilst it is a very nice concept for us to consider, especially in the West, living here comfortably, that we live in a democracy and we have freedom. There is an illusion of free will, and in any capacity of life, right? Not just in Islam, for example. So I think
just so I understand, do you believe you have free will in Islam or you don't have free will?
I believe we have free will in Islam. Yes.
Okay, so when the Quran says that everything is predestined or predetermined,
I'll explain.
Hang on, I just want to understand.
Listen,
hang on a second, brothers. Take it easy. I just want to know if you agree with your Allah or not. Because your Allah says that everything is predestined, preordained.
Yeah.
And free will is the opposite of predestined and preordained, correct?
Both statements are correct, and I'll explain, and they're not mutually exclusive, and I'll explain, but you have to bear with me. And I won't cut you off and disrespect you, but I would expect you to reciprocate the same.
How long are you going to take? Because you guys have a habit of talking about things that haven't been spoken about.
I'm going to draw an analogy, right?
Sure.
When you have an exam, whether you're going to pass or fail on a school academic exam is essentially, you don't know the outcome of that as a human being, right? But what do? You still study. You don't say, I'm not gonna study, I'm not gonna revise, but I'm gonna expect to pass, right? In the same way as any monotheistic religion, as any Abrahamic faith especially, you strive towards goodness, right? What the outcome of that particular test or that journey, which we call in Islam qadr, you don't know the outcome of that. If you did, then you would structure your life accordingly. But what you do is you still strive to achieve that A grade in your exam. So the same point is with religion, right? You still strive to achieve it. And yes, predestination, qadr, is part of Islam, and it's part of many monotheistic faiths. But the point that I'm trying to make, sorry, let me just, I fucking got distracted by looking outside. The point that I'm trying to make is,
my brother, please watch your language.
Sorry. The point that I'm trying to make is that irrespective of what the predestined outcome is, your God, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Jew, your God is gonna judge you on your actions, right? And that's not to say that your decisions are going to determine, or your actions are going to determine the outcome. That's not necessarily true.
Okay, let's now remember what you just said there, right? I want to read this hadith that we just went to now. And before I go to the hadith, do you think that having prophets, messengers, or warners changes the outcome of what Allah has already decreed for us before we were born?
Sorry, say that again.
There's a hadith that says that before we're born, Allah writes down whether we're going to heaven or hell, correct?
Yeah, in arwah. We call it arwah, yeah.
So if Allah writes it down before we were born, on the day that we are born, if we pass away, will it change where Allah is going to send us? For example, if there was a baby that was born and Allah decided that this child was going to hell, on the day that the child is born, say the child passes away, if Allah decided the child is going to hell, would he send the child to hell or would he change his mind?
So that you've got there's two parts to a human's life according to Islam. There is a part prior to puberty and there is a part post puberty, right? So Allah knows whether that child is going to make it to puberty or not, and accordingly He writes his destiny. Does that answer your question?
Well, I'm going to give you a hadith to see if that's true. Okay. I'm going to read two hadiths for you.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this hadith. Sahih Muslim 2650 or 2560, did you say?
Oh, I lost it. I'll find it in a second.
Yeah, because this
I
hadith
actually found another one, but I think it's
this hadith is related to a funeral or something.
PJ, it was 2650.
Yeah, but this hadith is related to a funeral. We were in the funeral of
what are you talking about? Hang on a second. What are you talking about?
You know the hadith you gave to me about not needing prophets and messengers?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. Let's just show you this first. We'll get to that one in a second.
Sure.
I'm at another funeral now. Sahih Muslim 2662C. 2662C.
Muslim 2662C.
Yeah, Charlie.
God, you don't know more about hadith than most Muslims do, man.
That's right.
2662C.
I'm not even joking with you, my man. I'm saying
no,
to you,
that's not, I'm not mocking you. I'm not because look, when you're gonna what did Sun Tzu say, right? Know thy enemy. I mean, I'm not saying we're enemies. I'm just, you know what I mean.
I agree with you, though. I do agree with you. And I say this on my lives all the time. I would encourage people to read the Quran. And again, it's like I'm saying to you, go to the Quran, and people might be falling in love with it and becoming Muslim or whatever. But my whole point is that, as you said, to know and understand somebody else, you need to walk in their footsteps to understand what they're saying. Right now, I'm in this Quran, and I can show you things that Muslims have never seen in their own religion. Now, when we go to this Sahih Muslim 2662C, remember my question earlier. I'm going to show you another one after this about a newborn baby. In this hadith, it says, Allah's messenger, there's happiness for the child who is a bird from the birds of paradise. Now, here's the kicker. For it committed no sin, nor has he reached the age when one can commit sin. Now, according to most Muslims, right, Muslims believe that children, as you said, before they become mature, will always go to paradise. But this is what Allah says. He disagrees with you. Because Muhammad said, Aisha, peradventure, it may be otherwise. Because Allah created for paradise those who are fit for it while they were yet in their father's loins. And created for hell who are to go to hell. He created them for hell while they were yet in their father's loins.
Yeah.
So again, a child that has not sinned, nor has he reached the age of sin, Allah has already decided where they're going.
Okay.
Do you see that? So my question again is, do you now agree, according to this, that if Allah has decided that someone is going to hell, then nothing will change where they go?
Well, I've told you, it depends, right? If that child is, if Allah, because we believe that as you believe that God is omniscient, omnibenevolent, and omnipotent, right? So we believe that God knows if a child is going to make it to the age where he is held accountable for his sins, which means that.
But in this case, the child is not held accountable because the child is still a child.
Yeah. So all the hadith is saying is because God created for paradise those who are fit for it. God created for paradise those who are fit for it while they
When?
were in their father's loins, which
Stop
means
there,
that,
stop there.
Yeah.
So now, has Allah already decided where this child is going to end up?
with the child whose funeral they're at, are they referring to that
The
child?
child that they're talking about, or any child, because
Yes,
it's
they
said over
do.
there.
Because the child is, like I said, if the child makes it to the age of puberty.
But the child hasn't. The child hasn't. In this case, it hasn't.
This is just a generalist statement, right? He created for them hell while they were yet in their father's womb, meaning that, and it doesn't say children in this, by the way. It just says,
doesn't matter, but you're missing the point, my man. It says
No, I
that
don't-
Allah creates for hellfire those who are fit for it while they were yet in their father's loins.
because Allah knows that that sperm, when it becomes a human being, when it's fertilized into an embryo and ultimately a human being, Allah already knows whether that child is going to become an adult, grow up and
So
sin.
has this child grown to an age where it can commit sin?
No, but he said it he said it at the start of the hadith. He
Okay,
said
beautiful.
the child has not committed a sin nor reached an age where it can commit a sin.
Beautiful. So it can be that the child goes to hell, correct?
It can't be that the child goes to hell.
It can be.
No, it can't.
Because again, depending on what Allah has decreed for it. Go to this one. Go to Sunan Abi Dawood, 4717. This will make it even clearer to you. Sunan Abi Dawood, 4717.
And by the way, I haven't checked any, and I don't know if you've checked it, if you've checked all the chains of narration of this
It's
hadith.
Sahih, my brother, it's Sahih. I'm not going to do all the hard work.
Okay, so Sahih, let me just give you a clarity on Sahih. Bukhari, who wrote Sahih Bukhari, which is considered the gold standard of hadith, even Bukhari said that I have sifted through 800,000 hadith down to 10,000. And I could have missed some hadith in authenticating the chain of narration. But if at a later date in the future you find, and you can read this is in Bukhari's last will and testament, if at a later date in future you find that some of my hadith, you unravel them and the chain of narration is weak, kick it out. Just because it says Sahih al-Bukhari, it doesn't make that hadith gospel, right?
Okay, watch this. Watch this.
So just to
We got
clarify,
nothing.
I'll give you an example.
We
Sorry.
have nothing original from Bukhari. Nothing. Not a single book.
I'm just saying,
Not a
Bukhari-
single hadith. Hang on a second. So everything we have from Bukhari is not from Bukhari because we have no evidence of Bukhari himself and his books. So what you just read is someone else writing about what Bukhari could have said or not said. So anyway, we're going in circles. Go to Sunan Abi Dawood 4717, and it says this: the woman who buries alive her newborn girl and the girl who is buried alive, both will go to hell. A newborn child, what sin has a newborn child committed to go to hell?
1 second.
Guys, I'm on for at least 2.5 hours and I'm only on 50,000 likes. Come on, people. More we tap the screen, the more people can see this live. And someone said, yeah. So please, guys, tap, just so we can, keep the algorithm going. Please, if you can, that would be brilliant.
I'm just reading the hadith as well. So and I'm reading context around it so I can give you an informed answer. I don't want to sound like an idiot, right?
No, my brother, you're good. It's okay.
So, but I'm not going to go. I've got 15 minutes before I've got to pick up my kids. So I'm just going to go on mute. You can pick up with Lehman if you want, and I'll come back to you if that's okay.
That's fine. That's brilliant.
I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere.
No worries.
How you doing, Jane?
Say again, brother.
No, I was just saying, like, we were talking about something else and then the topic shifted.
It's probably my fault. I apologize. Do you believe that if Allah gives you, and I'm glad, Lehman, you've opened my eyes just to something which I just want to ask you this: adultery, is it an evil act?
It is a disobedience to Allah, and that's what sin
Is
is.
it evil? Do you consider that to be evil?
Yeah, if God says it's evil, it's evil.
Okay, so I just want to show you this hadith. Do you believe that 1 second? Where is it?
So I'm sure you're familiar, James, with the position. I think most Muslims are pretty similar to divine command theory, that whatever Allah He permits is good.
No, my
And
brother,
it's okay.
people have said different things. This is the craziness of Islam. I promise you, if as I said, my YouTube channel is the Agents 007. I do all these topics for 3 days, and then I change topics. If you go back and look at what people have said, you'd be in shock, and you'd ask yourself, well, how many different types of Islam is there? Because of the amount of different answers that we are given. I'm not saying this needs to be nasty, brother. That's what I'm saying to you. Every topic, you can ask anyone that knows me. It's all on YouTube right now. You can go back and watch.
So
You'll see the craziness. One second, Jay. You'll see the craziness of the answers that people have given us. I was on a live, not on my live, where a man said that everyone is the word of Allah. Everyone is the word of Allah. And I said, is the word of Allah truth and love? And he said, yes, the word of Allah is truth and love, and everyone is the word of Allah. So I said to him, is Satan also the word of Allah? And he said, yes. Dude said yes. He even said that the PIG is the word of Allah. The PIG is the word of Allah, and the PIG is also the truth of Allah.
What's a PIG?
Say the word out in your head. Don't say it out loud, man. PIG. I'm spelling it out.
Oh, okay.
Okay, James. So I've read the context around this hadith, right? So, on the face of it, and by the way, I looked at the hadith I'm sure in the same website you looked at it on sunnah.com, yeah?
Yeah.
And it says
baby, the newborn girl.
Yeah, the Sunan Abi Dawud, right? And it says grade Sahih Al-Albani, and we all know Al-Albani is a famous Islamic scholar. Now, actually, there are many people, traditional scholars, Ibn al-Malik, Al-Munawi, Al-Mazahiri, Al-Albani, they all have and these are all people from different times, they all have a universal consensus, and what they say is that the word in that hadith, Al-Wa'idatu wal-Maw'udatuhu fin-nar, right? Al-Wa'idatu, meaning the parent, wal-Maw'udatu, that is the child which you're referring to, fin-nar, are in hell, right? They all have a consensus that in this context, the word maw'idatuhu refers not to the child, but the woman carrying out the burial on command of the parents, the mother or the father or the uncle or the grandfather. So it doesn't refer to the child itself, because then it's in direct contradiction with Quran.
Beautiful. Now, do you notice what just happened? So we have a Sahih, but now it's not enough. It's not Sahih anymore. We've got to go outside of what Sahih says. Because even Masood also said, the one who buries her daughter alive and the one who is buried alive go to hell. This is Masood again. This is the Mishkat al-Mazbi, 112. And it's also
This is in Mishkat. This is in Mishkat. Mishkat is, by the way, Mishkat, isn't a book of hadith. It's a compilation of different hadith from different places. It's compiled by just people, right?
But it's still being graded, correct?
But the point I'm making here is that due to the complexity of the Arabic language, as you will appreciate if you are educated, I'm sure you are because you speak very well. Due to the complexity of the Arabic language and the grammatical syntax that you use, just like the English language or any other language, there are words which need to be contextualized. And you made a very interesting point here. You said you need to go outside of the book of hadith. Yes, of course you do. Just the way when you look at certain events in history, right, you need to actually use historians to contextualize those events that occurred. In the same way, the Quran and hadith require people who are muhaddith, people who compile these hadith. You need people who are...
They can ask you a question, my brother. Can ask you a question.
Last point, who did tafsir, who provide you the historical context of a particular verse being revealed by God. Sorry, carry on, please.
Here's my question for you. How many books do I need to be a Muslim?
How many books do you need to be a Muslim?
Yeah.
You need the Quran.
You know that's not enough. You know that's not enough.
I do know.
Because so far we go to the Quran. You guys say
you've asked me a question. I've given you the answer. What is the requirement to be a Muslim? Let's put it another way. What's the requirement to be a Muslim?
You have to accept Allah and his partner Muhammad. You can't pick one without the other.
Okay, agree. Oneness of God.
Is it agreed? How can you agree with that, bro? You're supposed to say no, they're not partners.
No, you got to listen to me. You've got to believe in the oneness of God, Tawheed, and you've got to believe that is the fundamental point.
Okay,
right?
so again,
that-
now notice what you said. Now I've got to
That, that is
believe
the
in oneness.
only. By the way,
Is
that
me
is the
believing?
only thing.
Hang on, brother.
No, one
Is
second,
me
let finish.
believing
Let
in
me
the
finish.
oneness?
Let me finish. It says it in the Quran. I think it's Surah Baqarah. You can read it, right? Allah says in the Quran, He says, "I will forgive everything except shirk. Except I will forgive all other sins, except for having a deity equivalent to me."
So you're saying that shirk is an unforgivable sin?
It's the only shirk. A person who dies in the state of shirk. Let me be completely clear here, right? For the sake of misconception, a person who dies in the state of shirk is the only person who will not be forgiven.
Okay, so is shirk an unforgivable sin or not?
If you die in the state of shirk, yes,
So it can be forgiven.
you can do if you ask for forgiveness from Allah.
So I'm confused because the Quran says that shirk is an unforgivable sin.
I just told you, if you die in the state of shirk.
Yeah, but
If
where
you
can you
ask
show
for
me? Can you
forgiveness,
watch this? Watch this. Can you show that to me in the Quran?
Can I show you from the tafsir? Yes, I can show you.
No. See what you did. See what you did now. You
But
said
that's what
from the
I'm
tafsir.
saying.
So
But
watch
brother-
now. Hang on a second. Watch this. How many books do I need to be a Muslim?
I'm going to stand by my
Because
answer.
you
I'm not
just
gonna-
said now go to the tafsir.
Okay, one second. What was your question? Sorry, what was your question?
If we go to the Quran,
Yeah.
and that's what Allah says. Allah says that he forgives all sins, correct?
Mm.
And then Allah says he doesn't forgive all sin because shirk is an unforgivable sin, correct?
If you die in the state of shirk, yeah.
Now show that to me where it says if you die in the sake of sin,
If you're gonna play gotcha moments with me, then I will go and do the same with you.
I'm not
for-
playing gotcha
You
moments.
are, you are.
bringing
But-
this up. I'm just holding you because my question to you was
Yeah.
simple. I said,
One
how
second.
many books do I need to be a Muslim? So, for example, right, I'm from Africa. If I was in the middle of Africa and you gave me the Quran, if you gave me the Quran, would I, for example, know how to pray, how to do wudu?
But that doesn't require. You don't need to know that to be a Muslim. Your question was, what's the criteria to be a Muslim?
No, you said, what is the criteria to be a
No, you
Muslim? And I
asked me.
said
You
to
said-
believe
you said
in Allah and his partner Muhammad. I
said
said to believe in Allah and Muhammad,
You
correct?
said, how many books do I need to be a Muslim? And
Then
said,
I
"What's the-"
said to you, yes, because you said to me that I can't trust certain hadiths. You said that even the hadith itself is saying that I can't trust them all. I've got to also trust yada, yada, yada. So I'm asking you
Surah
then.
Surah Zumar. Surah Zumar. قُلْ يَا عِبَادِيَ الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. I'm not going to say in Arabic, but the verse is, "O my servants who have transgressed against themselves, do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins. Indeed, Allah forgives all sins. Indeed, it is He who is forgiving the merciful." And then Surah Nisa couples that verse and says, "Indeed, Allah forgives all sins. Allah does not forgive association with Him, but He forgives what is less than that for Him He wills." So the two come together.
Hang on again.
The two
hang on
come
again.
together.
So now we're trying to
I've got, sorry,
understand.
James, I've got 4 minutes because I've got to go to pick up
I'll
the kids.
get you, my man. I got you. It's okay. But anyway, man, it's been a good
Look,
conversation.
James,
Come back.
I am more than open to having a conversation and having credible challenge and being educated, right? I've got no issue with that, and I am going to follow you, and I'm going to join your live again. And I'll pick this up with you in the DMs as well because I think this is a very good conversation to have.
Indeed, my man. I've got one more day with this topic, and then I'm moving on to, like we just saw now, contradictions in the Quran. Because what you've done is you've shown us that yes, Allah forgives all sins, and then no, Allah doesn't forgive all sins. And that to me is like, well, make up your mind.
No. So Allah forgives all sins, but you have to see, the thing is, you have to, when you're reading through any book, irrespective of whether it's chemistry or whether it's the Quran, right? You have to look at the entire book holistically, right? So for example, in certain science subjects, you'll know that there seems to be contradictions, but when you read it, it makes sense because you have to put the laws together. So the last point I've got to make is I'll never be a Muslim. That's simple. Well, Zach, that's your choice, and nobody's putting a GUN to your head to say you have to.
Not sure why you huh?
Oh no, somebody in the comments. So the two verses come together, and you have to understand that one verse doesn't contradict necessarily. it can what's the word I'm looking for? It can complement the other verse, or it's abrogated. But abrogation is a whole other conversation. But then for that you need to understand the history, right? But I don't think there's contradictions. I think it's either complementing or it's abrogation of a previous.
So if I had to say to you, God forgives all sins, and then I said God doesn't forgive all sins, is that a contradiction?
On the face of it, yes, it is a contradiction. On the face of it.
Okay.
But again, you have to study, right? And you have to educate yourself. I'm not saying that it's not a contradiction. I've accepted it. If you gave me those two statements in isolation, without any context, I would say that those two are contradictions.
So here's one question before you leave. I know you got a minute left.
Yeah.
Can you bear the burden of another?
Can I bear the burden of another?
Yeah. Can you take on the sins of another?
No.
And yet the Quran says you can.
I would. Can you DM me that verse and let's have a conversation on that?
We'll chat about that one as well, man.
That's a really interesting one because as far as
carefully, my man.
Thank you. Look, I don't know if you are a religious person, but God bless. I'm still going to say that to you.
I am a religious person. I'm glad you said that because in Islam you're not allowed to. But God bless you, brother. God bless you.
You can say salam. You can say peace be on you.
No, you can't. You can just say salam. Take care.
That's what I said. Salam. Yeah.
Take care.
Anyway, so James, you're Christian? Like, are you trying to actually understand Islam, or are you just trying to like have gotcha moments with Muslims?
There's no gotcha moments, man. It's me just showing you guys how many different types of belief systems there is in just Islam alone, and how you guys can't make up your minds because you say Islam is simple, Islam is easy, one God, one God. We tried to address this one God, and it turns out that, well, we got a problem just understanding this one God theology. Then we talk about free will. That's why each of my topics, man, my intention is for you to know truth, right? My intention is for you to know truth. You may think you know truth as a Muslim. By me asking these questions, I am forcing you to ask yourselves questions, to be honest. My whole intention is to make you ask yourself honest questions. And if you are honest with yourself, for example, your Quran teaches all these, not many, but all these wonderful things about a guy called Jesus, right? I mean, this guy called Jesus is going to judge. He's going to come back and judge. This dude brought back people from the dead. He gave life to something that was clay, right? Now, you may say, yes, by the permission of Allah, but still, he's the word of God, the spirit from God. He is the Messiah. He's all these wonderful, amazing things. My question is, if Jesus is all these wonderful things, shouldn't you try to know who Jesus is? If your Quran never brings him down once, yet your Quran says to Muhammad several times, you need to ask for forgiveness for your sins. Now, if Muhammad is a sinner and Jesus is not a sinner, then I would like to know about this guy called Jesus, and why is he not a sinner? Why is he pure? Why is he eternal? Because he's the word of Allah. He comes from Allah. He is with Allah now. All these amazing things. I want you guys to force yourself to actually ask these questions and think for yourself so that at some point you can find the truth. Because right now you may think you know something. You may think it's the truth. But because you don't know who Jesus is, you are still in the dark.
Sorry, so you're saying that the Quran describes Jesus so well, but we still don't know who Jesus is?
You don't know him. For example, I'll show you how simple this is. Is God eternal? Let me show you this. Give me 3 minutes. Is God eternal?
God is eternal, yes.
Is there anyone besides God that is eternal?
Other than God, like meaning no beginning, no end?
Yes.
Then no. No.
Beautiful. Is the word of God eternal?
It depends on what you mean.
Okay, you're saying the word can also not be eternal?
Yeah. So it depends on what you mean. So
Allah's
the
word
of God,
is Allah's word created or uncreated?
like I said, it depends on what you mean.
Is Allah's
What
speech
word?
created or uncreated? Allah's attributes, are they created or uncreated?
Yeah, so Muslims who take very care in their speech, what they're saying is that the attribute of speech, meaning the capacity of speech with God, is eternal. But the things that are created in this world as part of that speech are not eternal, because this is a contradiction. If the speech has a beginning, then it cannot be eternal. Does that
Okay,
make sense?
does Allah's attributes eternal?
Yeah, so Allah's attributes themselves are eternal.
Beautiful. So are Allah and his attributes one or separate?
No, we don't separate between the attributes. They're just describing who Allah is.
Okay, beautiful. Is speech, Allah's speech, one of his attributes?
I don't know that that's a name of Allah in the 99 names. Is it one of the names?
You typing faster than I think, my brother. Just type, is Allah's speech eternal or is Allah's word eternal? Go to whatever
Yeah, I'm
Google
writing
site
down.
you're using, whatever Muslim site
No,
you
no,
use.
I'm not putting it in a site yet. I'm just writing down in my notes so that I can follow the order of what you're asking.
No, I appreciate that, but I'm just asking you, can you just open up another tab and ask your Islamic, your form or whoever you follow, is the word of Allah eternal?
Right. So
Because
that's
if
what
the
I'm trying
word
to
is
answer.
not eternal and it's created,
Are you saying
that
that-
means at
are you
some
saying-
point, sorry?
I got you. Are you saying that like the word is one of the attributes of Allah?
His speech is, and speech is made up of words, correct?
So which word? What's it called in Arabic?
What is kalimat Allah?
Kalimatullah is not a sifa of Allah.
It's not. So
It's not.
Allah's word is created.
So, like I said, when we're talking about the ability to speak, that is an eternal attribute. I mean, it's an eternal ability. However, the actual instantiation of words within the universe is not eternal, because by definition, it's within the universe, which is not eternal.
Okay, let me show you this. Watch this. Is Allah still Allah without his attributes?
The attributes are not separable from Allah, right? Like
Okay,
they are
so-
describers
so-
of who Allah is.
Okay, so Allah's attributes are Allah, correct?
Well, they are described, the descriptions of Allah, yeah.
Okay, so Allah and his attributes are one. Allah is his attributes,
right.
and Allah's attributes is Allah, correct?
The question is, from the 99 names that you see, which one is about speech?
Okay, well, I can show you this. If I go down, I need to Google the one that says it, but just go with me here first. I just want to understand. So
I'm
Allah
curious.
is his
You're saying
attributes,
that-
and we'll get there in a second. I just want to keep this trail of thought while I have it. So Allah is his attributes, and Allah's attributes is Allah, correct?
Yeah, so I mean, that's the thing. We don't want to fall into some like weird like language stuff. But what do you
Well,
do you
this is what I'm
understand what
trying
we're
to understand.
saying?
I'm trying to understand, is Allah and his attributes one? You said yes, they can't
Yeah,
be
they're one of
separated.
the. they're-
So, for example,
they're-
is mercy Allah?
description.
Is mercy Allah?
No, I mean, like we said, it's the description. So like Allah is one thing ontologically, and there's a description. There's essential attributes of Allah, meaning these are the kind of descriptions or qualities of Allah, who is just one. So it's not you can't.
Okay,
It's
so
not like
again,
separate.
again, is
can be called
mercy one of his attributes?
I don't think so.
Give me one of his attributes.
Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. These are not mercy. That's Rahma itself. Rahma.
Okay, do you believe that
Rahman is
Allah's hands are part of his attributes?
No.
Okay, so let's leave that out then. So according to this, you saying that Ar-Rahman is Allah. What is Rahman in English?
Rahman is the one that has mercy.
So there we go. So
That has loving care.
okay, so is mercy Allah?
No.
So mercy is not Allah, and Allah is not mercy. But that's one of his attributes. You said Allah is his attributes, and his attributes are Allah.
So okay, do you
So hang
speak
on, you're
Arabic a
saying
little
that
bit?
Allah is only Allah if you put all his attributes together?
No, that's not what I said. So
Well,
do you
I'm trying
speak
to
Arabic a
understand,
little
brother.
bit or no? Yeah, I got you. Do you speak Arabic or no? A little bit.
Paul does.
Okay, so do you understand the difference between Rahma and Rahman? What's the
No.
difference?
What is the difference?
Difference.
Rahma is mercy, and Rahman is the one that has the capacity for mercy. That makes sense? Is intensely merciful, right? But you cannot equivocate on the two, right? If that makes sense.
Let me
So,
just
for
find
example,
this,
if
because
you-
I don't think you understand. Okay, so Allah is not mercy, and mercy is not Allah.
No, mercy is like it's like a proper noun. It's like a noun or something. Yeah, it's not an attribute. An attribute is like an adjective, something that describes another thing. Mercy is a thing by itself. Does that
Let me
make
just do
sense?
this. Hang on a second. Let me just get in there and just write this. 1 second.
Yeah.
Where am I? There.
So like the two that would mean similar to the capacity for mercy is Rahman and Rahim, but they are not mercy in and of themselves, right? Allah is merciful. He's not mercy itself.
Okay, so let me see. The inheritor, the originator, the inheritor. That's one of them, correct?
Al-Warith, yeah.
Okay. So Allah is an inheritor. I was going to say who does he inherit from, but that's a different question. So if Allah is when I say Allah is the inheritor Allah?
Yeah, so these are descriptions of Allah, yes.
Okay, so if I take out the word Allah and say inheritor, am I still talking about Allah?
Yeah, if you mean like in the absolute sense, the one who inherits all things, then yes.
Who is Allah inheriting from?
It seems like what is meant in this attribute is that all things that exist within the universe, it's going to go back to him.
Just give me, I'm going to mute for a second. 1 second. I don't know, Paul, are you there? I just need to mute for a second.
Sure, I am. Am I audible? I seem. Iman, do you know where the issue is to start with?
I'm not sure. I'm still getting asked some questions. Like I don't know where the punchline is coming in.
All right, so I'll summarize it and put it in the most simplistic way that I can possibly can.
I'll write it down. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you see that the word of God is not something that is Islam came up with or Christianity came up with. The word of God is a Jewish idea to start with, and that idea assert that the word of God is God, and He is the persona that actually shows up in the Old Testament. So it's a member of theology, the word theology. Then Christianity declared the word of God is Jesus, basically saying that persona is Jesus. So it wasn't a foreign thing for the Jews to hear the word of God is Jesus. If you look at my profile picture, it's John 1:1 in Arabic. في البدء كانت الكلمة والكلمة كانت عند الله. So we have this theology that's predates Islam by 600 years and thousands of years before Islam. And then Muhammad and Allah call Jesus the word of Allah without taking into account the theological entailment of what that means. This is why your scholars are in a panic mode trying to cover up for this boo-boo, because it is a boo-boo. You're given a theological assertion without the theological entailment. And this is what drove Ibn Kathir even to the point where he says this is a mutashabiha, which unclear verse.
Yeah.
And so now this is something for you to think about. It's like, why would Allah and Muhammad call Isa the word of Allah and not take into account the presupposed or the foundation that it has built into it? It's a theological entailment which drives this whole conversation into understanding how you guys understand it. This is what James has been trying to do, but it's more convoluted with the way he's doing it. But I'm just giving it to you straight up. This is straight up what it is.
Yeah. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the arguments as presented at face value, as opposed to I find that if you ask questions, then your whole thing gets derailed. right? Because like he kept on asking me like, is the word of Allah an attribute of Allah? But it's not one of the 99 names that we know, if that makes sense. You know?
Well, is the Quran created or uncreated?
So the Quran, the book that you have in your hand is created. Words that are uttered by human beings are created. But what is essentially is being said is that the speech that God has, right, is uncreated. Some people understand.
You answered my question. You just answered my question. The speech of Allah is uncreated. If it's not uncreated, what is it then? It's eternal, correct?
No. So what is meant by speech is the capacity of Allah to create, to enact His will, and to dictate commands. And
is
to
it eternal? So is it eternal?
Okay, so if we understand speech as the capacity of Allah to create, then yeah, the capacity of Allah to create is eternal.
Beautiful. Speech is made up of words to give you sentences. Beautiful. See, Paul had to help you just get there. I don't know what Paul said, but okay. So now we understand that Allah's speech is eternal.
That's not.
Now I'm reading from here. I've got Islam Q&A. Islam Q&A says, whoever says that it is created is a disbeliever, right? Islam Q&A, 10 to 20 million people a month are agreeing with me and you now that says that the Quran is an eternal book, correct?
James, did you hear what I said? Did you hear what I said?
No, sorry, I had a call. Sorry, say again.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. So I said something completely different, and then you said something completely different, and then said I believe that. Yeah.
Well, you believe you just said that the speech of Allah is uncreated.
So what is speech?
Oh my gosh, come on, man, dude. You guys and your definitions. What is a child? What is speech? What is up? What is down? Are words part of speech?
It depends. When it's attributed to Allah, are they?
How do you mean it depends? Come on, man. So hang on. Is Allah's speech and my speech different?
Yeah.
My speech is created, correct?
Correct.
And Allah's speech is eternal, correct?
Yeah.
Beautiful. The word that comes from Allah, let's say the Quran, I'm not talking about it on earth. The Quran that is with Allah, is it created or uncreated?
Yeah, it seems that it's something that is part of the eternal nature of God. Yeah, it's kind of unclear on what the difference these are. So, for example, Imam Ahmad, I think.
Allah, my brother, anything that's part of the nature shares the same nature as Allah, correct?
Yeah. So
Allah
for example,
is eternal, therefore His nature is eternal as well.
Yeah. So, like I said, what I'm trying to explain to you is that from the 99 attributes, you were going to tell me which of the attributes of Allah entails speech in the 99 names.
Let me hang on a second. I actually got.
Did you find that?
No, I ended up on Islam Q&A.
That's okay, but I don't actually think that Islam Q&A is authoritative.
Okay, well, 10 to 20 million views a month. Come on. So, what is the question? Is speech? No, is the word of Allah eternal? Right?
That's not the question. Sorry. Is speech an attribute of Allah?
Is speech and is speech an attribute of Allah? Yes, speech, kalam, is considered an eternal and perfect attribute of Allah in Islam. He has always been a speaker, and he was always a speaker and will always be a speaker. And the Quran is considered to be his speech, which is uncreated. While the Quran is considered a created manifestation of an eternal attribute, Allah's speech itself is distinct from the letters and sounds and is actual attribute of his being.
Yeah. So for example, the Ash'aris are saying that what they mean by speech is not composed of sounds or letters, but the attribute of expressing meaning, al-ma'na, right? That's what they mean is the kalam, is speech. Does that make sense?
So now, what I just read, did you agree with what I read or disagree with it?
Sorry, I didn't. I wasn't fact checking it to the
Well,
depth that I would
no,
need
don't
to
need
be
to
able
fact
to.
check it. Don't need to fact check. You
Yeah.
said to me to check to see if the speech of Allah is an attribute, right? That's what you said to me. And
What is that called? A kalam?
the kalam.
Yeah, but that's not one of the names. You see, the attribute, like, it's not one of the 99 names. Kalam is not a 99
But
name.
but you asked me to do this, and I'm telling you, this is the answer I got. It says it is an eternal attribute of Allah. You want to see it?
No, I got you. But it's not one of the 99 names. So something else is going on here, is what I'm trying to
It's on
explain.
Islam Web. Which Islamic site do you take? Islam Web says.
What's Islam Web? Who is writing Islam Web? I don't know. I know that, for example,
What
like
what sites
Islam.org.
do you? Sunni Guidance. Are you a Sunni?
Yeah, I'm Sunni. Yeah.
Okay, so the Sunni theologians explain the divine pre-eternal attribute of indication, ascribed is his
Indication.
essence and is not from the category of letters or sounds. One second,
Yeah.
let me go back there and see.
Yeah. So
Not
for
sure.
example,
Dural
take for
Fatwa.
example.
Dural Fatwa. Allah's speech, kalam is an eternal attribute. Islam Web is an eternal attribute. Islam Q8 is an eternal attribute.
Yeah.
The true.
So,
Okay, go on.
do you understand what is meant when people are saying that? What they mean is that Allah has the capacity to bring meaning into existence. Yani, what is meant is that like God can create, God can reveal, God can
Wait, brother,
convey.
we've gone off. We've gone off the free will thing, and my whole point was that
okay.
if
Let's
you
go back.
haven't answered my question yet, is the Quran, not the one we have on earth, is the Quran
Yeah.
eternal?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Most of the Sunni scholars are saying that. Yeah.
Okay, so watch now. Is the Quran eternal? Yes. Is Allah eternal? Yes. Is Allah and the Quran one?
I'm not sure.
So watch this then. You said that there's only one that is eternal, yet now we have Allah and His Quran, which are separate. But notice what happened. The Quran, according to Sunni, watch this. One second. The Quran is eternal, yet on the day of judgment, the Quran becomes a pale man and talks. Now, if the Quran is eternal and it's not Allah, and it can take on the form of a pale man, it means that Allah and the Quran are two separate, and then you've got two eternals, not one God. So again, either your Quran is eternal and it is Allah, or Allah is eternal and He is the Quran. Because if you're saying the Quran is eternal, Allah is eternal, and the Quran can take on the form of a man, and it's not Allah, you've got two gods.
Yeah. So whatever is instantiated as creation, it's not Allah Himself. If that makes sense. So, for example, like when Allah He speaks and He creates things, the things that He creates are not eternal. And even if
you just said the Quran is not a creation, the Quran is eternal.
Right. So what I'm trying to explain is
before you explain, tell me, do you understand? Do you understand that you said the Quran is eternal?
I said that many of the scholars said that the Quran is eternal.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's just look at the scholars now. Now you've thrown the scholars under the bus. Let's focus on the scholars. The scholars that are saying the Quran is eternal, are those scholars saying that Allah and the Quran are one or two eternals?
Yeah, so it sounds to me like what they're saying is that what they mean when they say the Quran is the ability of God to create meaning. And the ability of God to create meaning is a description of God, right? And it always is.
My
And
brother,
so
I just want to understand. I want to know from your perspective now. I'm not interested in any other Bob the Builders. I'm asking you, do you believe the Quran is eternal? Let's go with me and you. Is the Quran eternal?
So based on my current understanding, which is not authoritative, but this is the model that I'm working with right now, right? Is what is meant by the Quran being eternal is that this is the ability of God to create meaning. Okay. And the ability of God to create.
Again, the reason I'm asking you, man, I'm trying to hold you in the pot. I'm keeping you in the pot, but man, you keep jumping out. Listen again. based on that example that you just said now, which I can't repeat because it confused the bejeebers out of me. So now, based on what you just said, is that example Allah?
What example? The
Whatever you
example
just said,
that
is that Allah? Is the book that whatever you just said?
Yeah, it's not an example, right? What I'm saying is speech is the ability to create meaning. God always has the ability to create meaning.
Okay, so
when
is
God
the
creates
Quran,
meaning,
listen again, dude, my goodness, it's hard, it's getting harder now. Is the Quran the ability of God giving meaning to words?
potentially, yes. So that, I mean,
Beautiful.
if that's what scholars are saying, I think.
I'm asking you what you believe. I'm not asking about the Mickey Mouse and the Goofy and the gang. I want to know you. Do you believe that the Quran is an eternal attribute of Allah?
Yeah, if what is meant by that is the ability to create meaning, then yes.
Okay, the ability to create meaning, can that manifest outside as a pale man?
The meaning can manifest, not the ability itself.
Okay, is that meaning that manifested as a pale man still the eternal, whatever you said, of Allah?
No.
So then it can separate. Man, thanks for coming, Lehman. I enjoyed the conversation, brother. I'm actually getting a bit tired. I hope you come back. I haven't had anything to drink for ages, and I think it's time that we just said thanks, my man.
Thanks so much.
No worries, bro. You're always welcome. God bless. Wow. I don't know, man. Maybe it's me. Maybe I just don't get it. So the Quran that's eternal is not really a Quran. It's whatever he just said, and that can manifest itself, but it's not who it manifests to be. It's still not. Wow, man. Wow. Man, Muslims will say to us that, guess what? It's easy to be a Muslim. This is what Muslims say. It's easy to be a Muslim. Make it make sense. Mary, you the last guest. I just want to get something to drink. Let me see. Dawn, you there?
Yeah. I was just gonna give him thoughts.
Hello?
It was related to the design or editing stuff, but yeah, that was some crazy. He kept saying like creation is not eternal, like that's by definition. So he doesn't need to repeat that. But anyway, I was gonna give sources, but I'll jump off. You can check your DMs later.
God bless you. Thank you.
God bless.
Okay, Mary, you're gonna cook me, right?
Yeah. Can I know your question, please? Because I saw this live.
Like the name and the picture don't
About
match the voice.
Yeah, you say it's me free will or something. Can you hear
Mary,
me?
can I give you another name? I can't call you Mary, bro.
Yeah, you can call me Abu. Just call me Abu, okay?
Abu. I was about to say, okay,
Yeah.
Abu. Abu, the topic is free will in Islam. Do you know what free will is?
Okay. Yes.
Can you please explain what free will
I
is,
know.
please, brother?
My ability to do anything that you want. You have the ability to decide whatever you want to do. You decide
Beautiful.
yourself everything.
In Islam and according to the Quran, do you have free will in Islam?
I can't tell you again.
I said in Islam.
Okay, before
as a Muslim,
okay,
do you have
thank
free
you. Before
will
I
as
answer
a
the
Muslim?
question. Yeah, before I answer your question, can I want to know your stand. Do you in Christianity do you believe in destiny at all?
Yes.
Because I don't know much about Christianity. I just want to know. You believe in destiny at all?
We believe that we have free will. We believe that our God has foreknowledge, meaning he knows what's going to happen because God knows all things. But our God doesn't make you do things. You do it because you have free will.
That's okay. So what I want to understand now is your concept of free will according to Christianity. It is relative, not absolute, right?
So we're not going to go there because I can see that we're already taking way too much time on what the Christians believe. I just have to understand. It's okay. I understand. It's okay. You don't need to know more. You don't need to know no more. Right now, we have to know what you do know, not what you don't know.
Free will in Islam.
Abu, let me finish the
Islam.
sentence. Abu, let me finish the sentence. Let me talk as well. Right now, we need to know what you know, not what you don't know. Have you read your Quran?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. In your Quran, does Allah say that you have free will?
Yes.
Beautiful. In the Quran, when it says that in Surah 54:49, Allah says, we created everything with predestination. What is the meaning of
Yes.
predestination?
We create everything with predestination.
What is the meaning of predestination?
According to Islam, there are 4 things to qadar, to destiny. Some of the brothers that came up to this line have already explained. So we call it maratibul qadar. So these 4 stages of qadar. So the first stage is martabatul ilm.
Sorry, my brother. Sorry, Abu. Is what you're going to show me now? Instead of telling me, can you take me to a verse in the Quran that explains what you are trying to say?
Wait, can I take you to a verse in the Quran? You just have to let me explain whatever I want to explain.
Yeah, no, my brother.
If you have any objections,
I don't.
Just
It's funny why, Abu, I am using your Quran as my reference. I am using your Quran from your God as my reference.
I understand you are using
not given me any reference. Listen again. Can you show me from your Quran what you are saying?
But you are coming in. You are not around. No. Can I at least explain? If you have any objection, then after I answer your question.
Abu, I want to say it one more time.
Just let
I
me
want you to
answer.
notice. I give you Quran. You give me your
Okay,
feelings.
thank you. So there is much about ilm. Allah has knowledge. Okay, I'll give you evidence. Is that okay? Okay.
Sure, brother, it's all yours. Go for it. I mean, listen, you've got 150 over
so,
here and 100 on YouTube.
There's one
listening to you, but you keep talking when I speak, so I don't know why I'm speaking. So you go on. Make it make sense.
Just let me explain. So I will keep explaining the point with my evidence. Is that okay?
Please, my brother, just explain free will, predestination for me.
Okay, so now as I was saying, Allah has knowledge about everything. That's the first stage. And there are many Quran verses that said Allah. So so Allah has knowledge of everything. So that's the first stage. And the second stage, kitaba, the writing stage. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sorry, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fi kitabim, in the book Qabila, before everything is created. I just want to remember the Quran, the specific word in the. So in Qabila an nabira'aha, if you can help me to line the verse. So that Allah wrote everything down. So I know you understand what I'm saying, and I know you know that verse in the Quran. So he wrote everything down. What everything was, everything that is he has knowledge about. Because when Allah wanted to create it, when Allah wanted to create it, told the pen, when he created the pen, write everything that will happen and everything that will never happen. That is in the hadith. The Prophet said Allah created the pen, and he said write, and the pen was asking, what should I write? And Allah said, write everything that will happen. Write everything that will happen. So that is, Allah has knowledge about everything that will happen, and the pen is writing everything that will happen. So that is, then that's come to the next page, and the next page, the martabatul khaliq, Allahu khaliqu kulli, created everything. So, and our actions. So, like a Quran verse, Allahu khalaqakum wa ma taf'alun. It's Allah that created you and whatever you are doing. Okay, now that we understand the 3 stage, so then so the will state that Allah wills something to happen as will happen. So now let me come to stage. So Allah has knowledge that you will do this thing. That is why Allah wrote it. It's not because it is because Allah do, and that's why He's writing. Is that what I understood?
Yeah. And I heard you. I understood everything
Hello?
you said. Can you hear? I think there's a bit of a delay between me and you, my
Okay.
brother. So Allah writes down everything, right? Him and the pen have a conversation. The pen
Yeah.
says to him, Allah, man, what must I write? And Allah's like, man, write
Yeah,
down
sorry
everything
before
about
you
that.
go. Sorry before
So
you go. Sorry before you go. I want to add something, please. So another thing is there are some things that is not with they are not within your capacity. That it is, however Allah writes it that it will be. For example, the day you will die. So it's not because you'll be deciding the day you will die, that is why Allah wrote it. No. So those are not part of what I'm saying. So the day you will die, the day you will be born, the day you will be raised up alive, those one you have absolutely no control over it. But what you want to do, I want to do this, I want to do that. So you have free will. So according to my explanation, now you can continue.
thank you so much for that. If Allah writes something down before you are born, can you change what Allah
Okay.
writes down?
Aspect of, okay, if it is the aspect of when you will die, when you will die, so you have absolutely cannot change. So, but if it is the aspect of what you will be doing, I already explained. It is not because Allah wrote it, you are doing it. It is because Allah knows you will be doing it. That means Allah already knows you
I
will
heard
do
you.
this.
I heard you. You're just going in circles. Again, listen carefully.
Okay.
Can I become a Muslim
Okay.
if Allah doesn't will it?
No, if Allah doesn't will it, you cannot be a Muslim with explanation. So if you allow
So
me to
I
explain.
don't have free will to become a Muslim unless Allah wills it.
So
Is there
that's
anything
that's
that
why
again, you spoke a lot, and I'll let you just wrap it all off. I want to read
all
from
right,
your
just
Quran,
continue.
because your Quran says
Yeah.
clearly, in the Quran it says that you cannot do anything unless Allah wills it. Anything. There's nothing that you can do. Not even go to the toilet to go and take a wee, nothing, because Allah has already decided what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. Now again, the Quran also tells us that He even knows when the leaves of the floor are going to fall, and there's nothing that can happen. Now again, if my wife is pregnant, and Allah decides that the baby is going to come on the 10th of November, but I go to the doctor on the 5th of November and I said, I want to have a C-section. My wife wants a C-section and we want the baby today. And Allah decided the 10th. Can I change the day that the baby is born?
The problem is you don't know the day Allah wrote. If you go to the doctor that you want to do C-section and on the 5th, so you are deciding on the 5th, it is because Allah wrote on the 5th. You don't know when Allah wrote. For example, you are assuming.
Watch this now. Abu, watch this. Listen carefully to this question.
But you don't know.
If Allah wrote down that I am going to hellfire, if Allah wrote it down, is there anything that I can do to change what Allah has written down?
Okay, now I have to make you understand something. There's one Quran, Allah said, Inna hadaynahu sabila imma shakiran wa imma kafura. So we created, when he was explaining how he created human being. So he created us. Now he said, Thumma hadaynahu sabila. Then we show him way. Imma shakiran wa imma kafura. So he has a chance to decide. Is either he becomes shakiran, which the said.
Show me the chapter and verse. Hang on, brother, hang on. Show me chapter and verse where we get to decide.
It's down in Surah Al-Insan.
Where? Give me the verse. My brother, it doesn't help with the Macarena. I don't understand what you're saying in any case. You can say it in English. Chapter and verse. And it's not what? For what?
I see. So I'm not one of those apologists or this and
dude, I don't know what you're saying half the time. Just can you give me the chapter and verse so that I can go to
Surah Al-Insan. Just go to Surah Al-Insan. So I think it is the first 5 verses. The first 5. So just check the first 5.
Again, Surah what?
Surah Al-Insan.
Oh my goodness, let me see if I can find that one. If anyone can help me, what number is that, please, someone?
Is that a human surah? Is that what you mean? Or like when you're saying insan, are you talking about human?
Yes.
What's
Surah Insan.
okay.
There's Surah Insan in the Quran. You don't even know?
Okay, so what number is that? Do you know?
Like I said, I don't memorize with a number like verse, something, but it is in Surah Insan. Just check it. The first verse is usually.
No, it's not the first five. The first five are not al-insan. So you don't even know your Quran. There's Fatiha, Baqarah,
No, read the Al-Atal al-Insan
Imran, Nisa, Maida.
No,
That's the first five.
this shows where the problem. So I'm not saying they are in the 5th verse. I said go to Surah to Insan and check the first 5 verses, not Surah, not chapter, verses in Surah to Insan. We have Surah called Surah to Insan, and we have verses 5, and there are many verses in just a single chapter. Just go to Surah to Insan and check the first 5 verses. So if you don't even know the difference between verses and chapters, then why are you on live educating people?
Now, let me read it, please. Let me read it. I found it. So it says,
Okay.
here there come upon a man a period of time when he was not a thing mentioned. Indeed, we created
Okay.
a man from sperm drop. So Allah created man
Okay.
from sperm?
Continue. That's not where you are. What we are talking
But
about.
hang on, did Allah create man from sperm?
Continue. Topic. Just continue.
Mixture that we may try him, and we may made him hearing and seeing. Indeed, we guided him
Okay.
to the way. Be grateful or be ungrateful. Indeed, we have prepared for the disbelievers chains and shackles and a blaze. Indeed, the
Okay,
righteous
that's
will
just
drink
don't stop
from a
there.
cup of wine whose mixture is of kafur.
That's
Dude,
okay. That's
you
okay.
never stop. You know, I'm trying to read your Quran, but you do not stop.
I said
talking,
that's
bro.
okay. Now you've already where I quoted where the verse I said Surah to inside we created the human, so and we guided him. Imma shakiran, either he becomes shakir, to be grateful, or kafur, or to disbelieve.
So hang on,
It
just
is
to
there.
understand.
You
So you
confused.
said Allah created man and guided him?
Yes, and that guy is on two way. So inna hadina who said it. So we guided him to way. Which way? Imma
What is he
shakiran,
trying to
maybe
prove
the
out
way
of this
of
5
the
verses? What are you
Sure,
trying
man.
to prove with the 5 verses that you mentioned? I just read
I'm
it
not
too.
saying the verse,
So
the single verse. We created woman, and we guided him
dude.
to
Okay,
way.
here. I don't know what's wrong with
Either
seriously. Okay, here. Let's help you out. What are you trying to prove citing these 5 verses? Please just summarize to us in a sentence, 1 sentence or 2 sentences. What are you trying to prove with these 5 verses? I don't want a spiel. I just want 1 sentence to 2 sentences explaining what are you trying to prove out of these 5. Please.
Only 176.2, Paul. It's only 176.2, where it says we created man from a sperm drop. He only 176.2, not the others.
Is this what he wants to prove? That men
Well, I don't
from
know. This is the question now. So we read 76.2. What are you trying to prove there, Abu? What is this going to teach us?
I muted you. I'm trying to help you out. Like, seriously, please, in a sentence or 2, unmute yourself. Tell me what you're trying to prove in this citation. You gave us the citation. Surah
Okay,
Yunus,
can you hear me now?
5 verses. What are you trying to prove?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm trying to is
And then the bad
telling
delay.
you that Allah created a human being, and He gave them an ability to see and to hear. Then He showed them way. Which way? Imma shakir, for to be graceful, or careful, or to be disbeliever. Those are the 2 ways. two ways. And the Mufassiri said the shakir, imma shakur, the shakir means to be a believer. So wa imma kafur, because the verse said you are kafur, to be
So hang
disbeliever.
on a second.
And
Watch
the
this,
verse
Abu.
go on to
Abu,
explain
I've just-
what is the
Abu,
consequence.
Abu, listen,
Okay.
Abu. Who is the one
Okay.
that Allah guided to be ungrateful?
You do not understand what I'm trying to say. I'm saying
Well,
they are shown two ways.
What I
You have-
understand from this, what I understand from these 5 verses, the human has only 2 choices: either be thankful or grateful, or unthankful and be a kafir. You're not showing us that you're reading into it. Wait, hold on. You're reading into it that he has the ability to
I'm
choose
not
everything.
reading-
Yes, you
I'm not
are.
reading to it.
Okay,
We are
so
talking
yes,
about-
you are. Yes, you are. In the actual verses, it doesn't say he has the choice or the ability to choose one way or the other. It would have read differently. It would have read something like he had the choice to be astray or to believe, but it's telling us he either will be
only
a
2
thankful
options.
person, either will be a thankful person, a grateful person, a thankful person, or a kafir.
You've got a bad connection there, Paul, but you got a bad connection, brother. You there, Paul? You got a bad connection, bro. But again, as Paul just said, there's no option. Oh, you back? No, you're not. Bad connection. So it's either you are
Are you hearing me?
grateful or you're not grateful. Allah doesn't say that
Yeah.
you have the choice to be whatever you want to be.
No.
He made you grateful or he made you ungrateful.
No, he did not say he made you grateful or he made you ungrateful.
It says there.
So
He guided
by
him
the-
to the way to be grateful or be ungrateful.
like I said,
Maybe it's my internet because they both just keep falling out. You got a bad connection. There's a bad delay, my man. So I think that's a good time now just to say thank you for the music. Ya bonga gakulu. Muchas gracias. Danke. Thank you. Shukran. Tak. Merci. Grazie. Thank you to all of you guys. I think, he cooked us, God's gift. He cooked us. He cooked us. He showed us that Allah made you either grateful or ungrateful. You don't have a choice to be grateful or ungrateful. That's right. That's right. So again, he cooked us on a verse that said, there's only 2 options. You don't choose, I will choose for you. I will either make you grateful or make you ungrateful. How in the world is that free will? How is that free will? You guys have an illusion. For those that want to join, tomorrow I will go live again a little earlier and finish around an hour before now and a little later. It's been a good day. We've had loads of Muslims today. So thank you guys for the Muslims that have been coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you, Zara, for reminding me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Muslims, I really want to continue having good conversations, right? Good conversations, because I think that we all learning from it, and at some point it's making us stronger in our belief. Today's Psalm is Psalm 5, if I'm not mistaken. Psalm 5. Every day, guys, your job is to remind me to read 1 Psalm. Just 1 Psalm, right? 1 Psalm. Today is Psalm 5. What happened? Okay, he's also gone. Okay. 1 Psalm. And it's on Psalm 5. So tomorrow, Psalm 6 and so on. And if I forget, you guys are there to help me remember. So Psalm 5, and Muslims, I beg you guys to please listen to these Psalms, because this is Zabur. This was given to David. And you guys are told to respect your previous scriptures. The previous scriptures are the Torah and the Injil. And we do this because we love you guys. I promise you, I do not hate Muslims. I love you guys. This is why we try our best to present Christ to you. And we have these honest conversations with you. I mean that. I want people in the chats as well to remember that we don't dislike these people. We want to bring them into the light again. So God bless you guys, all of you guys. Let me just jump to the psalm itself. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you, thank you. So it says this, and Paul, God bless you, bro. I'm not sure whether it's the connection or what happened, but Muslims, tomorrow's another day. We can continue. I mean, there's more to it. I've got so many other verses, but we seem to get stuck in this whirlpool of conversations. But anyway, give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my groaning. Give attention to the sound of my cry, my King and my God. For to you I pray. Sorry about that. For to you do I pray. O Lord, in the morning, hear my voice. In the morning I prepare sacrifice for you and watch. And for you are not a God who delights in wickedness, evil, and may not dwell with you. The boastful shall not stand before your eyes. The boastful shall not stand before your eyes. You hate all evildoers. You destroy those who speak lies. The Lord abhors the bloodthirsty and deceitful men. But I, through the abundance of your steadfast love, will enter your house. I will bow down towards your holy temple in fear of you. Lead me, O Lord, in your righteousness. Because of my enemies, make your way straight before me. For there is no truth in their mouth. Their inmost self is destruction. Their throat is an open grave. They flatter with their tongue. Make them bear the guilt, O Lord. Let them fall by their own counsels. Because of the abundance of their transgressions, cast them out, for they have rebelled against you. But let all who take refuge in you rejoice. Let them sing for joy and spread your protection over them. And those who love your name may exalt in you. For you bless the righteous, O Lord. You cover him with favor as with a shield. Amen. Guys, for you are not a God who delights in wickedness. Evil may not dwell with you. Just remember that we are given this task to shun evil, to walk away from it. It also says, "O Lord, in the morning hear my voice." How many of you guys, don't have to answer, it's a rhetorical question, say your prayers in the morning. Say thank you for the new day. And don't say, give me, just say thank you. Don't say I want, say thank you. Don't say I need, say thank you. Say thank you first before you start asking. Muslims, guys, we love you guys. And what does he say? Sorry. That's right. So Muslims, again, we just inviting you into the family. We want you to know the word. We want you to join us and have these conversations. And I pray for every single Muslim that's listening as well. Man, we do not dislike you guys. Islam is something else. Muhammad is something else. We can't, and my topic, not tomorrow, the day after, is going to be the Quran contradictions or the Quran predictions. I have someone reported me. Can you believe it? We just read from the Psalms and I got my restriction. So before I lose the live, guys, don't know why they're reporting. Can you imagine reporting after reading the Psalm? That shows you how evil manifests itself. Because what does it say? Satan, he shudders in the light of God. He shudders, he's scared. Because there's only power in the name of Jesus. And these people, they panic when they see it. So even though I got the restriction, guys, I think it's the best time to end now. So in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, I thank you, Lord, for this live and all these beautiful brothers and sisters that join me and support. Look after each and every single one of them. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you guys. Take care. For those that would like to buy me a coffee, You go to my bio, it's buy me a coffee. You decide, it's just a contribution. Thank you guys. And for those that are reporting, God bless you too. We understand that you do this because you're afraid of the light.